Welcome everybody to week number 16 of the 5-Pin Universe Pro League. We are in the last week, the last show to finalize all our standings. I have commentators Derek Gall and Mark Johnstone with me. How are you guys feeling about this last round for the rest of Petal Division?
I'm good. I'm excited. I'm ready to see how the final standings shape up and finish the playoff picture for the rest of Petal Division.
Yeah, a lot on the line today. It's going to be good, exciting to see, what people are made of today, if they got it or they don't.
Yeah, for sure. So before we go over the quick rest of Petal Division matches today, let's bring up our Cargill Division standings here. So we have the Dream Crushers playing the Kingpins in the first round, and the winner moves on to play the Paradise Marvel to decide the Division Champions, and that'll be on April 10th. So next weekend at 9 a.m., same time, same place, same everything.
Well, I didn't realize it was a week away already.
Yeah, it's coming up close. Unfortunately, the rest of Petal Division will have a couple weeks wait after that due to some other tournaments going on and scheduling and all that good stuff. But it's shaping up good here. So today's matches, we have Toppler Roses versus the Timmins Mighty Plucks. And Bonnie Doon Next Gen versus the Timmins Mighty Plucks, and then T-Bay versus Bonnie Doon Next Gen. So some playoff implications today. Let's bring up the standings here, and you can go over it here, Johnny.
Yeah, so basically, Toppler needs at least 1 point to overtake the Bombers. But then we have Next Gen, who are 10.5 behind the Bombers as well, with 2 games left. So be interesting to see. So Toppler and Next Gen have a chance to win the division here. So it's kind of interesting to see how this pans out.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely expect Toppler to come out firing here and just make it a done deal. You don't want to leave this match having any questions if you're top seed or not. You want to have it in your own hands.
Yeah. And then knowing with Next Gen having 2 games right behind them, obviously they want to make sure they put as much distance between them and Next Gen for those matches. But so today we have a couple pre-recording sessions due to scheduling conflicts between tournaments. So the Timmins Mighty Plucks had pre-recorded both their matches as well as Next Gen. So we have Toppler live and T-Bay live today. So let's bring in our managers here for the team. So from the Timmins Mighty Plucks, we have Al Paquette. And from Toppler Roses, we have Stacy Weber. Welcome to the show, guys.
Morning.
Morning, guys.
Morning.
Good morning, everybody.
So, Stacy, Toppler Roses, you guys are vying for first place here with today's last match.
Yep.
Can you let us know your team's thoughts and what everybody's thinking and going into this?
I think we're ready to go. We played well all year. It's it's a 9 a.m. start. We're again, I always say we're the old guys, but we're ready to go. Just another game. Go out and win.
Yeah, for sure. And then Al, you guys had the pre-recorded session. I know your team got into it there a couple nights ago. How was your team feeling going into those last pre-record sessions?
We obviously not ideal to have 2 recorded sessions. We did it the previous match against the Mad Hatters, and it was really tough. From a managerial standpoint to get your lineup set up and not bowling against the other team live. So unfortunately, it's not what we wanted to do, but as a last resort, we obviously don't want to delay the league anymore and stuff like that. So, it was the only way to get it done for this year. So, we felt good, and just saying, mathematically, we're still alive here. Mathematically, we're still alive. But obviously, we're just trying to head out with some pride here and try to bowl some good games, put some good scores up. Obviously, we know we're in tough with Toppler and Bonnie Doon for our next match, but. We focused on our first match. We knew we were playing Toppler, so we knew they were, fighting for first position. So, hopefully we put up some good scores.
For sure. So, Stace, can we get your starting lineup for this match?
Parker, Marcello, Pamela, Rich, Jennifer. Kevin's on the bench, I think. Can you see it?
I can see it.
Yeah. Is that right?
Sure. Sounds right. And Al, do you remember what your lineup was for your match?
Yeah, I think I started as leadoff, and then we had Joanne behind me, Danielle third, Joanne fourth, and Daryl on anchor. So, and we had Eric on the bench.
Great memories, great memories.
I got a big head. It holds a lot of useless information. So,
All right. Well, I think without any other questions here, we might as well have you guys start the match. So good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck, guys.
Good luck, everybody.
All right, so here we go. So as soon as they're ready, we'll start this match. Yeah. So like I said, Mighty Plucks is in a pre-recorded session, so we'll try and maintain the structure between the two teams as best we can here.
So if you're Stacy going into this match, what are you telling your team? Are you saying like this is business as usual, like just do your thing, or are you telling them like 7 points locks up the bye in number 1?
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Yeah, we need 7 here. Let's take the division.
Yeah. I mean, I think you have a lot of people on that team that like get amped up and are good bowling amped up, so I think giving them that motivation would help for sure. Al starts with a beautiful 3-pin there.
Yeah.
No, it's a popular topic on these shows.
I mean, even if Toppler were to take 5 or 6, that still leaves next gen's got to go 7-7 or 7-8. So
Yeah, like eight is so tough. It's so rare to have 5 people playing that well without the other team having someone just like shoot a big game at you.
yeah,
8-8 is like super unrealistic, doable, but you don't see it very often.
yeah, Al spared that up. Oh, there you go, Joanne.
There you go.
Oh, he
Master
said
of the
Joanne.
3-pins, bear.
Jess was the other one. He said Joanne twice in the.
Yeah. I mean, even from the Mighty Plucks perspective, to me, this is always like a tough situation when like you need it and the other team like doesn't have a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
You know, they freewheel a little more. They're not as stressed out about misses and things like that. Maybe a little bit of nerves on Toppler's side. You know, you've got Parker plowing and Marcello with a missed start. Not fast like they usually are coming out of the gate.
Yeah, like it shouldn't change your mindset, right? Because you're playing virtually anyways, and you can't really see what the other team is doing unless you're constantly watching the screen. So I would hope it doesn't change their mindset too much.
No, you just follow your own process and go through the motions. You shouldn't change at all.
Yeah.
It's funny that you say that because last night I was watching Saskatchewan Open Provincials online, and the teams were lighting it up. But as soon as the stepladder hit, holy man, the scores went way down. Everyone was squeezing the ball. Like you could tell everybody was nervous. Like
Quality wasn't there.
Yeah.
All that pressure, right? Pressure does a lot.
Yeah, totally.
Good reset for Toppler there. Get a strike in, kind of calm everybody down.
Yeah, exactly. Get the veterans in there.
Yeah, you've got.
Start
I think
throwing bombs.
you got them at the bottom there. Like Jen's.
Yeah.
Seen it all, done it all many times.
Spare for Jess. The screen got real clear there.
Yeah. The feed's not great, but the scoreboard is crisp.
They're different. One of them the ball is clear, and
Yeah.
it's interesting for me to see Kevin on the bench.
Yeah. I know last time Toppler played, he was playing the 4-hole and Jen was playing anchor. So a little bit of a switch up there, and then putting him on the bench this game.
Whoa. Not a good frame for the Plucks.
Do you think Kevin might have like a lingering injury or something like that? Because usually he'd be the kind of guy that wouldn't want to sit.
Yeah, I'm sure it was a discussion with Stacy and the team for sure as to why. Unfortunately, we don't have the inside track. Maybe next year we'll have a reporter that goes in and finds out the nitty gritties.
Driving all over the place.
One thing I noticed with Toppler is they have good team chemistry for sure.
Yeah.
They gel nicely together.
A bit of an edge to the Plucks after the first frame there. If Toppler can get those first frame jitters gone, good start so far.
Yeah.
And I appreciate teams like that can't make it, like accommodating and trying to at least complete the league. I mean, recording sessions aren't ideal, but it's nice that teams are able to do that at least. Last thing we want is forfeits and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think you guys have done a good job of avoiding that, it seems. I think it's only like kind of towards the end of the season here it's kind of come up with scheduling and stuff. I mean, you've got teams all over the country and people have lives and stuff like that.
You almost need like a master calendar.
Yeah, and getting to the end of the season, right? That's when all your tournaments are and all that stuff going on. So yeah, we totally understand we're running into scheduling issues with all these teams, but
yeah, with your Masters and the Open, and coaching obligations. That's definitely hit a few of the teams.
Yeah,
good start by Plucks here.
Yeah,
keep on going. I'm not sure what's going on the Toppler side, but
yeah, I'm not sure where Marcello's at, but
probably had to go to the can or something.
he's got nerves. Got to get it out.
Or unless they're pulling him already and he's crying.
Cello.
Joanne started with a double. He's just rattled.
Oh, yeah.
It's sticky up there. Uh-oh.
Might have stepped in something or...
Yeah. Well, I seen Jen Smith stuck a little bit there, too. Oh, yeah. Cello's having shoe issues.
These are always the hardest shots.
Yeah. He was probably going to punch anyway, Stace, so you guys are good. The shoe's working.
Oh, roasted there.
Fell over and everything. Didn't get it. Thought that was one of the unwritten rules. You fall over, it works.
That's for me anyway.
Must be a Western thing.
Another good frame for the Plucks there.
Yeah, they're starting up well.
Yeah. So we just got the inside scoop. He stepped in water. Big rookie mistake.
How embarrassing.
It was like there's water in the... Somebody spilled water early in the morning. Oh, that's good.
Yeah. There's no snow in Calgary, so they can't blame it on bringing in snow. Pam with the early double.
Hopefully he's not on a fresh slider or something. A tough chop by Rich.
Yeah. The old power chop.
That must be their favorite set. They played every match on that set.
Yeah. We played Masters there. 5 and 6 worked for quite a few people. I think that's where Tracy Smith shot her 380 at the very end to clinch singles and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I actually have one head pin spare, like normal head pin spare, and it's on that set right there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, I'd spared splits and stuff like that before, but my only head pin spare is on that set.
Wow. Good shot.
There you go. That's a good frame for Toppler there. I'm excited for next year too, just to add more teams, change up the... I'm sure some changes are going to happen. Yeah. Add more different rosters and adding rosters and...
Yeah. Yeah, I think we can talk a little bit about that. Yeah, there's definitely a roster spot or a couple roster spots being added, and then there's going to be the double pull system. I think everybody's in agreement that we'll be able to do double pulls instead of the single pull. So
that was going to be one of my things I wanted to fight about, just because it alleviates a lot of the pressure off of the managers, and it gives everybody an opportunity to participate. You don't have to like sit somebody when you have a full lineup there. So
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Would you expand the amount of people on a roster then from 7 to 8?
Well,
Yes.
So you
it's
have
8
people
right now.
available for the poll?
Yeah.
It's 8 right
Well,
now.
yeah, exactly. So your roster, I think the
Ooh.
roster
Ooh.
will expand to even, I think we'll make it like 10 spots or something like that. But the bench will increase. So right now the bench is only 6. We'll increase the bench to 7.
Yep.
Yeah, and then add 2 like roster spots for emergency spares mostly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know that was an issue for a few teams, was like not having enough girls to play, stuff like that.
Oh, nice shot there, Danielle.
Yep. Plucks are coming out hot. It's good to see. Making a statement.
I think for them, yeah, it definitely on the shot Pam. Definitely is a statement for them. They want to maybe finish the season off with a couple good games for sure.
Yeah, like it's not saying that they weren't playing well or anything like that, but nobody ever wants to be at the bottom of the
Right there.
standings, right? So
Yeah.
you want to make a good showing, you want to make it respectable, and they have been. Like they had a rough start at the beginning, but they've played well the last 4 or 5 matches. So
Some people
I'm
took
excited.
longer to be
Who gets
comfortable with
spared?
the process.
yeah, I'm excited to see what their roster shapes out for the future as well, right? Because they have a lot of players in Timmins that aren't on this team, and maybe they're looking at expanding for next year, and the whole COVID situation definitely affected some of that stuff, right?
Yeah, they definitely. As you can see, Daryl has a Nugent shirt on.
Yeah.
COVID related or something, and yeah, so Daryl was actually a last minute replacement too.
Yeah.
But he's held his own. Like Daryl's been playing really well.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I think he's
averaging over 260 for sure.
Yeah, he's the high average on their team, I'm pretty sure.
Look that up.
Yeah,
265.
265, 4 wins as well, so he's done well in that anchor spot.
Oh,
Cherry there for
that
him.
3-pin. Chop cherry.
That gives Jen a bit of breathing room if it's spare there. Gives him a lot of control in that match.
All right, Toppler put three big strikes in the middle there, and obviously Timmins still playing well. 2 doubles, four marks in that frame.
Yeah. Every frame, at least 4 marks so far.
Yeah, that's what I always say. I've mentioned it on the podcast before here, but 4 marks a frame is the goal that I like to get as a team.
Yeah. Oh, hung in the corner.
Yeah, at least he's
Finally
on the
gets
middle there.
Yeah, I was going to say, finally gets the middle. I'd say Parker needs a strike here. More for morale for the team than anything. That's a good shot.
Oh, late faller there.
Hey, I said it was a good shot. It's got to go.
I want to see some ham bones here.
Yeah.
Got Joanne going for one.
Mm-hmm.
And Pam.
The kid's got his shoe thing figured out here now. Oh,
just missed.
The announcer's curse.
Yeah. If Kevin's on the bench,
Stretching for sure.
Yeah, a couple of these players got to feel the sweat on the back of their neck here soon.
Well, it's 3 whiffs by him.
Yeah.
1 mark.
I was thinking about this. I've been thinking about this a lot lately, like when to do the pull. So typically, we I don't know, it's just kind of an unwritten rule. Like guys on a 6-bagger, you end up pulling the guy that he's playing, right? And then we don't pull people because they're in their match per se, right?
Yeah.
I've been thinking a little different about that. You let the person that's getting crushed stay in the game.
Yeah, like there's no point there. It's
Yeah,
lost
because
points.
I know. I mean, sometimes people can come back. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
then that person is not worried about getting pulled anymore, and they can freewheel. And then we have the guy that's struggling, that's in his match. Why do we never pull that guy just because he's in his match? Don't we want to win that match? So I think a lot of the times we think that way,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been changing my mindset a little bit on that.
I think it depends like who you have on the bench. Like, is that person on the bench because they're struggling as well? Or are they on the bench because they're like can potentially throw like a bunch of strikes?
Yeah, I guess the situation matters of who's coming off and how people are playing and stuff too.
Yeah.
So.
I agree with you though. I think if like someone's getting absolutely destroyed in a match, like that's a wasted pull. Like say like in frame like someone's doing like okay, like 4 spares and then goes like pick or something in 5, 6, 7, then you like still have the pull there instead of like wasting it in 5 because a guy started 5 bagger at your teammate and they're down 100.
Yeah, and then well, I'm in my match, so you don't pull that guy. Well, maybe we want a guy that's going to win that match, not stay in the match. You know, like just a little different mindset to think about. Shot there for Daryl. Rich was a little thick there, but.
I mean, I think that's the one thing that's always made the Open so interesting is that there's no like by the book, this is what you have to do. It's like open to interpretation by everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked in the pre-show about like some of the polls that were made at the, Saskatchewan Open there and how we didn't agree with them. And, some people might agree with them. So you never know. Like everybody's got an opinion and none of them are like the end all be all.
Yeah, it's like we're not in the clubhouse, right? So we don't really know what's going on. We're just making our assumptions.
Again, the Plucks are still rolling here. They're up in just about every match except for the middle one there, but that one's still close as well.
The fourth one, I think Rich has got a little.
Yeah,
bit.
Rich is up 14. Up chopped by Parker.
Still pretty.
Al looked a little frustrated after that shot. Let's see if he can sort it out. Aired off into the distance after another miss.
Does Mighty Plucks have a bench player?
Yeah, Eric Teal.
Oh yes.
Like this is a spot where it's tough to make a pull because he's finally missed a spare, but he's on the middle 1 for 5.
There's Kevin in.
Like everybody
Kevin's
else is
in.
rolling.
Yeah. See, this is what I was kind of talking about, right?
Yeah.
He's in his match, but he's missed the middle 4 out of 5 frames.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Like,
I guess it depends if you really need a point too, right? Like I don't know. There's lots of different factors.
great shot by Kevin.
Yeah, Kevin coming right in there.
Hopefully I fixed Toppler's scoreboard here for everybody, so we should be able to read their totals a little bit better.
Go on with the 3-pin there. Kevin's got a shot to see if Kevin can bring that one back.
Yeah, that match isn't too far gone. The 3-pin helps him.
No, and I'll be honest, I saw a match yesterday. It was in the team or a singles or something in Saskatchewan again, and the one girl was up probably 100 after 6. And going into 10, she had a chance to win the match. She ended up finishing with like 5 or 6 in a row and then missed. But it's like you're never really out of it until it's mathematically out of it. I've seen so many times in the last year that guys are down 100 with 1 game left and end up coming back and winning or coming close to winning. So
Bad break there for Danielle.
Almost a ham bone there.
Yeah, the 2-pin was wiggling. You could see it. I mean, there's a certain someone in the chat right now that has come back from multiple games of over 100 against me for money. How many was it? 3 in a row? It was twice in Regina, I know that. And then a TPC, I think, where I had 100 points with a game to go and just got smoked.
Well, it happened a bunch in Regina, and then I almost did it to a guy because I watched it happen to everybody. I'm like, I still got a chance here.
Yeah.
Like, I know Aaron shot like a 390 his last game to win his match, and he was down over 100. So
I think he actually shot a 4 that game to beat Herbert, and it was only by like 5 or something.
I think it was 399.
It was a lot.
I was beside him. So I started with 7 in a row, but both of us were down 100, and I just missed. I lost by 1, and he ended up winning his match.
So obviously Toppler, before the commercial break here, shoots four big marks in 5 with a double, right, to get to 522. And now Timmins doesn't really have anything going, right? They've all opened in 5 here.
I think that
just has slid by again.
That frame by Al kind of deflated them a little bit. Because ever since then, it's been like not sharp at all. You had like a pile of marks going, and he just blows it out the right side twice, and
just missing a lot of spares.
Yeah. Well, you've got 3 misses on the board and no spares.
Yeah, Toppler has a little bit momentum building.
Yeah, I think Toppler's gonna get settled in here. It's probably like not great timing with the break now that they've got momentum, but I'm sure they'll come out of it a little more relaxed.
Yeah. Hopefully Daryl can get a double here and keep his team a little bit of momentum here going into the commercial break, but corner.
See if he can get a mark.
Yeah.
Pretty close though, I would think, because they're up, I don't know, 60, 70 and no marks.
Oh, no marks. See, if they weren't pre-recorded, this commercial break would be actually perfect for them.
I was going to say that, actually.
Let's just pretend.
Yeah.
If they come out good in frame 6, then it was a great commercial break.
I was going to say that. I'm like, whoa, what a perfect timing. But yeah, technically it doesn't really matter.
All right, we'll run our sponsors here for their commercial break, and then we'll come back with the last half of this match.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centers across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you. All right, here we go. Last half of match number 1. Little
604 to 522. So Timmins with the slight advantage, but Toppler has a lot of marks working here. So
Yeah, a few matches can flip around this frame. Parker and Al are basically tied. Definitely even now. Parker up by 3.
Yeah, Parker took the lead.
Al with
It's
the
a
split.
split.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell if you got the 7 or 8 there.
That pin
Definitely
came back
eight,
hard.
yeah.
Might have overcompensated there from all the misses. Probably had a good talk about it in the break. Lots of time to think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the matches are there, especially Kevin throwing the strike there.
Kevin comes in
He
with
can-
a huge double. No warm-up balls. He might have been warming up on the other side, but it's huge double.
Mm-hmm.
Good for the team too if he starts coming back in that match.
Yeah.
Get everybody fired up.
Pam with 3 open frames in a row.
That
Yeah,
one's
that's tough. 2 picks. I mean,
Well,
you have the same situation with Joanne where, started hot and is cooling down more than you'd like.
there's a good spare. Both the 3-hole girls are similar games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strikes or nothing really. I mean, cleaning your wood's important though. Like it's a confidence thing too. It feels good to me when I clean up a head pin.
Well, if I can clean a head pin, I can spare a chop.
Yeah. Well, you would think.
Good job by Danielle there. She's got advantage there. Might have just spun one little misstep in 5 there with the corner. See if she can keep going.
Oh, Rich with the head
Which
pin.
plow.
Jess.
I can't tell. That looks like a plow. Yeah.
Yeah. Head pin. That's the only thing about pre-recorded sessions. If my internet isn't the greatest when we record, and then when I send it to you guys, it may be bad at the same time, and then we get double whammy.
You need to come to my house. I just got gigabit internet. Very quick. Got gig upload too. Super fresh.
If you didn't live so far away, I would.
You come bowling every Thursday.
It just depends on the satellites flying over.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh,
Ooh.
Ken just laying her down just a hair there.
Yeah. You can tell her timing's just like a little bit off. She's really open to the right side when she finishes. I think every miss has been right for her.
Yeah.
That's better.
Ball side. Nice.
Oh,
All
nice.
sides spare.
Yeah, and she takes the lead with that.
Yeah, that's huge.
Depending what Daryl does here.
I think you got another
Corner.
corner there. See if you can fight off the demon from last frame and get it.
Bowling likes to do that.
Does it ever?
That looked good.
It's good. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so we're a 20-point difference here now.
Yeah, every match is really close too. There's none really out of it. Obviously, the Marcella one's the furthest away, but Kevin's coming in pretty hot. See if Al can sort it out here. Look good.
Oh,
12
hard
or
10.
10 the hard way?
yeah.
I mean, if they have the pull, it has to be now.
Yeah.
He's going for it. This is spareable in Timmins, though. We've seen
Yeah, it
some crazy hits.
Gotta hit
You
it
gotta
though.
hit it, though.
We haven't had any split conversions in our league, I don't think.
No.
Oh,
He just gets it.
when he let it go, I thought he pulled it left a little.
Yeah.
I don't think Parker throws 5-inch bowling balls either. That's a tight shave there.
He throws
took
pretty
it.
hard. The wind blew it.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
took it for
there
all
you
it's
go.
worth. I think I saw a hook back there pulling it over.
That looks good. Oh,
Another
Roast.
corner. They've had a couple tough breaks here. They've only got one strike in the last 2.5 frames. Couple corners. Big shot by Kevin. Tough.
Split.
man, if he throws that, it's like
He's right back in it, especially with that missed spare.
he still won't only be like 30 down, I bet.
These are big 5 pins. He needs to get as close as he can. Oh, that's tough too. It's a little flat.
Yeah, he'll be within 40, it looks like.
Yeah.
All right, that's just a couple balls. Not insurmountable with 3 frames to go, right?
Yep.
Whoa, pulled that a little left.
Yeah, she's a little quick. See your arm spray out there.
Yeah, it's amazing how many times I've only watched. Well, I've done this a few times now, but you can kind of tell right when people let the ball go.
She's a little fast on the approach there. I think too quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Didn't set herself. I don't know if Toppler has the scores up where they can see what the Plucks are doing, but this is a big shot for Pam.
Yeah, I think Stacy listens in, so she
Yeah.
knows what's going on.
Yeah, you can see that was a way better shot by Danielle. She wasn't running to the line there.
This one's still close. She cleans up for 11 points difference.
Yeah.
Within a ball. Yeah, all the matches are pretty tight here. They're all within a ball or two, right? Nothing's crazy out of hand.
Sure, this makes next gen pretty happy.
Yeah.
That's not an absolute blowout.
Yeah.
We always just want a chance, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
That team's got a lot of good talent. You never know. They could get hot and come out and go 8-8, especially at Bonnie Doon.
Whoops.
Yeah, Plucks are struggling in the second half here. We went from like 4 marks a frame to 1 or 2. It's not looking so hot.
Well, it looks like he's going to get it. Yep.
Yeah.
I think we have a pull for Jess.
Oh, yeah, Erickson.
Yeah, Eric finished up the frame for her.
Huge shot for
Shot
Jen
by
there.
Jen. Yeah, big shot there. So we talked about pulls earlier. You have Al struggling and Jess struggling. Do you think that Jess gets pulled because Al's kind of like the leader on that team? You want him in just for momentum?
Yeah.
I want to say it was looked like when Jess came off that she wanted to be like she
Yeah,
requested it.
just bad body language or just wasn't feeling it.
But again, this is a situation where do you pull the guy that's really close in his match, or do you pull the one that's got a little bit more distance in it?
Yeah, I mean both of those were in reach.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say in this one it kind of looked like she was like, "Yeah, I'm out."
Yeah.
Another no mark frame for Timmins though. Not ideal.
I mean, I've only played the Open a few times, but I've watched quite a bit, and you can tell when someone like makes a shot and they like turn around and look at the coach, like you might as well just pull them right there because they're in their own head. Like if you're worried about the pull, then you should probably be pulled.
Yeah, for me, it's more if I'm looking at the decision, I'm hitting the middle is a big one for me.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna pull the guy that's missing more than I am the guy that's hitting and whatnot. Just 'cause-
Yeah, where he's just a little bit off.
and I pull a little bit of my own experience out of that because when I'm punching and I'm just off a hair, but I'm missing 4 or 5 times in a game. There's something ain't right, and I might not be able to find it. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That looks
that
good.
looks like a strike.
Yeah. That looks pretty peachy.
Like a lot of the times as the bowler, like, like if you don't have it at the start of a game, you just know. Obviously, like you want to try and find it for the rest of the team, but it's tough to have it every game.
And it's situational. It's confidence.
Yeah.
One day you might have the confidence to come back, and one day you might not be feeling it.
Wow. Five opens for Pam or 3?
Yeah.
Their screen to clear
Danielle
up
might be a right 3 there.
here. Yeah.
He's keeping her close though.
Tough
Danielle's not
right
taking
3-2. She needs a spare here.
No.
Picked it.
Punched on the second ball.
Nobody wants to win that match.
No, that one's up for grabs.
Yeah, somebody throws a double. 9-10.
You almost need to pull Pam aside and say, like, stop trying to do so much. Like, you don't need a strike. Like, a mark's good right now. Both struggling.
Yeah, 14. I think it looks different.
Yeah. Good shot by Rich. Really good.
That gives him a comfortable lead.
Another miss on the Plucks.
Ooh.
That's
He was a bit on the left. I was thinking she might punch
yeah.
it.
Pin kicked right around it into the gutter.
They're starting to take a little bit of the lead in pinfall now.
Yeah, they're pulling away a little bit. Just a lot of miscues on the Plucks are like really costing them lots of opens. They're still getting like 15, 13, but you don't have marks in a row for quite a while there. Just the tale of 2 games from first 4 frames to the last 4. The sheet's totally different.
Yeah.
So
Right.
from a coaching standpoint, how do you help that? Like obviously you have to pull your team together and be like, hey, we got to sort this out, but like how do you sort that when you have like more than say 3 bowlers struggling?
I don't know. It's tough sometimes. I mean, just having to pull everybody aside, maybe, or just, I don't know.
Take an extra like 2 minutes before the next frame starts.
Yeah, they like obviously this isn't one of Toppler's greatest starts for sure. So for Timmins to be started really well and then really struggle this last half, they're still in the match, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's kind of when you're at 800 in the 8th, you don't expect to be kind of battling it out still.
That's definitely the way I would think about it. It's like
Still in it.
we're struggling, but we're still in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can turn around any time. You just got to keep everybody positive.
Yeah. Like that punch there for Parker, that's not ideal. Like, not sure what Al can do here in the 10th, but
I'm sure he's going to look at the math and see like 246 is what he's got to get to win. And now he's basically in the same situation where if they both bang out, I think Parker just squeaks him out.
That's why cleaning that up is huge because
Yeah.
you can't.
I think that looks like 204, so he'd be 251. So
203.
he has the advantage, but Al's got momentum. Like you need to bang out 10 and you just plowed isn't the best feeling in the world. Where
And Joanne just threw the spare on her strike, so she's got 227 going into 10.
Kevin's going to need a strike here to win that. Yep.
Strike by him. Danielle doesn't look very happy. I think that was a 3
5.
that kicked into a 5. Like she got the right 3 and the left 2. Yeah.
Who's going to Just gonna jump on this.
Yeah, this is the time. Another opening, right?
Ooh, she
Veteran.
gets it.
Ooh.
Hey, she's had a lot of chances. She was gonna get one. You just knew it.
Yeah.
That's huge. Still not one, but keeps her right in it.
There
Just
we
outside
go.
of a ball.
Cleared up nice.
You
now.
must have
Satellite.
3 satellites over your house.
Yeah.
There's a
which
good
is-
shot for Rich.
Yeah, he's throwing hot.
Yeah, pinball's getting tough now for. There's a couple doubles going on.
Yeah, good 8-9, especially if Jen gets a mark here. 'Cause that'll pretty much close out that bottom match with a strike. Left side again. Ooh.
Yeah. Well, it gives Daryl a chance.
Yeah. Pretty much all these matches are there except for the 4 spot.
Yeah.
Again, we talked about when the stepladder came on the other day in Regina. See what it is here. Because I know Toppler knows. I'm sure they're looking at the scores. See who's got it, who
Yes.
doesn't.
Yeah, Stacy's probably definitely been keeping them informed.
Yeah. They did get their one.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
I mean, with that lineup, they're going to take a point.
Yeah. To me, this looks like a 5-3 or 6-2. Just which way.
Yeah.
Your total Plucks are behind by 50. You got a mark there by Daryl, so he throws a strike there. He's at 198, so he's only down 11.
Yeah. So here's a big one, right? You know you need the double to probably keep Al from scooping this match.
Going at
Well,
the same
Assuming
time.
Al bangs
Al.
out, right? Al pitches
Yeah.
a 3-pin.
He almost gets a 6. That pretty much settles that one. That's 2 for Toppler, unless he pulls a miracle spare here.
And total, too, I would think.
Yeah.
There's just too many strikes.
Yeah, if you get another strike on one of those doubles, then total's
He
pretty
got
much
the
done.
miracle spare.
So he's at 201. I guess it's done.
It's not
Yeah.
enough.
Definitely done.
Parker threw the double.
Parker's going to make a case for MVP here.
Yeah, he will. Leadoff player the whole way.
6 wins. I can tell you his average here. And
It was like 290, so this will hurt it, but the win's the big thing.
plus
Especially finishing off the game like that. It's good momentum for the team.
divided by
That's what you need out of him.
76 frames. 290, I think.
That'll get Kevin amped up.
He's
Joanne gets tabbed.
2203.
So Kev has 280, right?
Yeah. Johnny's doing some math here.
Near the calculator. Ooh. Oh. That's tough.
Yeah, I got roasted.
mean-
289.8, I believe.
For Parker?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge.
So he was 6-2 then?
Yeah.
That's really good. Especially at a lead. Lead's tough.
Yeah, you're playing some tough opponents for sure.
I mean, Kevin did a great job trying to bring that game back there. He got points for total. Didn't let that run away.
So we got a 1-1 split so far.
Yeah, Joanne picked it up near the end there. That was a good finish.
Yeah. Danielle gets the spare.
Yeah. So if she throws the last one, 232, means Pam would need the first one and big count.
Well, if Pam throws the strike, she's pretty much got it. That looks good. Ooh, tough chop. Because if she gets the spare, she's 220. Got a hook. Oof. Bad luck on the chop and the cherry. That's a tough match to lose.
The dreaded chopped cherry.
The dreaded chop cherry.
What was JBrains released the stats? What was it spared? The spare percentage on that at TPC is like just over 50% for chops.
Wow.
Not
That's not very
great.
good.
No.
Boom. That was a bomb.
Yeah. He's absolutely rolling. That
That's Rich.
total was locked up, but that helps.
Rich 255 with 3 wins, so this would give him 4 wins and probably about 260 average, so that's pretty solid.
Yeah, it's good showing for him this year.
So it looks like 6-2 for Toppler, right? That's
Yeah,
pretty
no,
much
next
everything's-
gen's like, oh, you're telling me there's a chance.
I think Daryl got that spare, yeah.
Oh, he did get the spare, yeah.
Yeah, Jen just gonna have to get 15, really. Or not even. Boom.
Yeah, she'll need.
Yeah, he's at 218.
There's a difference in this game, eh? Look at the 8, 9, 10 of Toppler. Look at all the strikes in there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like we talked about earlier, just like the veteran presence of this team. I mean, a lot of these guys have been in like high pressure situations, so they've been here before. They all know what they have to do.
She needs more than 2. More than 2. Tie at the moment.
The nail biter here, eh? Oh, the worst is picking up wood.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta hit a pin.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Oh, no. Wasn't
Oh,
expecting
wow.
that.
I'm
She was
shocked.
good at pinning the whole game, and then one mistake.
Wow.
crazy.
5.5.
Yeah.
It's just not the best transition to pop on screen, but 5.5 to 2.5. All right, let's
So many ties.
bring our managers in here. Stacy and Al. So 5.5 to 2.5 for Toppler split. Crazy.
Yeah, good game, guys. Yeah, the bowling. Yeah, it was a tough game for us. Obviously, we were kind of bowling well after 4 or 5 frames. I think when we're rewatching it, we kind of stuck there. But then in the 5th frame, I think we had all open frames, and we kind of just hit a roadblock at that point. And then it was like, who do you pull? But we didn't know what was going on. We didn't know who we were bowling, kind of thing. Well, we didn't know what was going on with the other side. So yeah, it was a little tough, but good match to Toppler. Well deserved 5.5 points. Does that give them top spot or put them in top spot?
It puts
They
them
are
in
sitting.
top
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wow.
For now, yes. For now.
For now.
they are now. Yeah.
Good job, guys.
I was a little shocked at the finish there. That's uncharacteristic for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, it is what it is, man. Yeah, exactly. I don't think we
That half
expected
point
to
could be
happen,
huge.
but So, yeah.
I think
I don't
everybody's
know.
trying on every shot, right? Like
Oh, yeah.
you're not going up there to throw a bad shot, so it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
Do you think your team had a little bit of nerves at the start there, Stacy? You guys didn't come out super sharp, couple open frames, misses, stuff like that.
I don't know if it was nerves. I mean, it's one game matches are hard to play. Like, we play one game at 9, we're done. So that always kind of plays into it. Not knowing what a pre-recorded match is going to look like. But then we all started talking about like the other team for Al, like how do you make a poll? Like you don't know who to poll. You don't know where things are sitting, right? So once we got through the first frame, it was okay, right? Like you got Rich telling dad jokes and making stupid comments that I hope nobody can hear. That kind of loosens everything up, right? But and then no, God no, right? Well, maybe mic up Kevin, but let's not mic up Rich.
I think I told Carrie a couple months ago that we needed to do a mic'd up version of this, get some people with some mics there. But anyway,
we need a reporter to be at the lanes and ask questions. Yeah.
Oh, a report. Yeah.
I mean, you guys are still sitting pretty good. You're 15.
Yeah. Right. 8-8. You got to go. That's not an easy thing, right? Like, not say it can't happen. For sure happens, but I'm pretty. We're not sweating. Let's say, right?
No. One more for the Plucks next game, I guess.
Yeah. So the Roses obviously are done their regular season. They're in first overall at the moment. But yeah, you definitely made playoffs, and we'll see you during playoffs, Stace.
Hey, thanks, Carrie, Mark, you guys.
Yeah, congratulations.
It's been fun.
Yeah, great boy.
Congrats, Stacy. Good luck in the playoffs.
Thanks, guys.
All right, we will run our commercial, and Al, we'll see you after the break.
Sounds good.
All right.
At Cargill, we have numerous brands and varieties of canola seed to meet any producer's needs. We look forward to helping you create a plan for your 2022 crop. Please contact your local crop input sales rep for any of your canola seed needs. Thank you and enjoy the bowling.
All right, here we go. We have our next match, the Next Gen versus the Mighty Plucks. We'll bring in our team managers here. I know Des is joining us here right away, but we'll bring in Al to start with. This, once again, is a pre-recorded match, but they actually were facing each other, so they knew what their scores were and everything, so hopefully it's a little more enticing than just watching one team pre-recorded. So without further ado, Al Paquette from Timmins Mighty Plucks. Hey, Al.
What's going on, gentlemen?
So you guys pre-recorded it like we're doing now? Is that how it's worked out?
You bet.
Cool.
Yeah. So they were live facing each other. So.
Ooh.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
So it kind of worked out. It was like bowling an actual live match, right? We just pre-recorded it so that you guys can release it on on whatever release day on Sundays, right? So
Yeah, that's
it
a
worked
little
really
bit
good.
better.
It worked really good. Like as a home team, we were able to match our lineup to theirs and stuff like that. Compared to when you're pre-recorded, I don't really know. I didn't know what Toppler's lineup was. Again, it's just little kinks like that we can't do on a pre-record. But yeah, for this one against Next Gen, it was a legit match. It was good.
All right, and we have Des coming in here, manager for Doon Next Gen. Hey, Des.
Hi.
Hey, Des.
Off location once again.
Yeah, I'm at the arena today, so it's a brand new location for me.
Perfect. So we don't want to hold you off too long. You got important stuff going on. So does Al. So Des, Next Gen going into this match, you guys have a chance at first place. You have to take a lot of points, and without giving anything away, what was your team thinking going into this match?
We made a little adjustment to our lineup between Brad and Evan, just trying to see if we can get that one extra point. We've had quite a few at 5, and so we decided we wanted to try and go for 6 points, and we thought that was kind of the best route to go at it from.
Yeah, for sure. So you were the away team. I'm not sure if you remember what your lineup was, but go ahead with your lineup.
Who did I have there that day? Look at how bad that is.
Tyler.
Ty, Jenna, Rylan, Evan, Brad.
Yeah,
for sure. And then Al, who'd you have?
we changed the lineup a little bit as well. So we went with Jess at the top. I think Joanne stayed in the 2nd spot. Danielle in the 3rd spot. Myself 4th, and then Daryl at 5 with Eric on the bench again.
Perfect. Sounds good. All right. Well, let's rock and roll into this match. And thanks very much, guys.
Right on. Good luck, managers.
Good luck.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
Bye.
All right. So it's pre-recorded, so don't mind the little overlay of the player, but let's get this.
At least they played at the same time, so they kind of could see a little more drama than the Plucks just like coming in and playing games.
Yeah, I don't mind that they got to watch each other. That I didn't realize that. That's
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing about this is being able to like see your opponent, and there's added pressure and incentive, like knowing if you're in a match or not. I wonder if you'll see the Plucks play a little bit better. I don't know if this was recorded like right after that first set, but a little more competitiveness in it than just, showing up and bowling a game.
I think it was right after.
Yeah. So Timmins got to play their second match, this match, directly after their Toppler match. Yep. And then a good note about that is now Next Gen plays this match, and then they play their next pre-recorded match against T-Bay right after this.
Yep.
Yeah, so Timmins off to a hot start, double.
Again.
I'm interesting to see how like some of these guys' averages and whatnot pan out too.
Yeah, for sure.
For the Player of the Year race. Male and female.
That's right. There's one for the males and one for the females. So once again, we're going to leave that up to the league players to have a vote. And we're going to try and do it MLB style. So you vote for your number 1, your number 2, and your number 3 on both sides. And yeah, see how it shakes out and all that good stuff.
Oh, Plucks started off hot.
Yeah.
Al cooled him off, don't worry.
Yeah. See if Ronnie can keep his 331 average going here.
I was going to say, he hasn't played a lot of frames, but he's 331 for 3 games, almost 1,000 for 3.
Yep.
I mean, if he shoots another big one here, then who knows?
And he's lost one of those, too.
Yeah. He had a shot at a perfect game the one match, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that helps a lot.
I would think he is the high game in the league.
Yes, yeah, he does. Yeah, I think it was 440, if I do recall.
I can't remember. That was like really early in the year. That was like show 3 or 4. Yeah, I thought he
give me-
messed up like first ball and 10 or something.
Okay, you can give me 1 second, and I'll find out exactly, and then we don't have to guess. 410. You're right.
Yeah, good start for them. 4 marks.
Yeah.
They both have like the same start basically.
Gotta flip it upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah, this next gen team's definitely scary. You got a lot of like Ryland's coming off hot. He made Masters Nationals out of Alberta, which is really impressive. He had a hell of a tournament for 5 and 6, so you know that he's got a ton of confidence right now. I mean,
And YBC national, he qualified for that too.
oh, did he? Good for him.
Yeah, he's going to go to a youth and an adult national
Nice.
same year.
Wow.
That's
Tyler got tapped there.
an accomplishment.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's hard to, when you're old enough to compete and play in the adults, to still want to do the YBC thing. Because I remember my last year I made it to nationals, but I was 18. I was in college.
Yeah.
It definitely was hard to be engaged in the youth side of it for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Even like for me, I started subbing in that Bonnie Doon Super League when I was like 14 or 15, and going from that to like YBC on Sundays was just like totally night and day. It was like really hard to stay interested.
Yeah.
That league, I'm glad I got in that league early because it really showed me like the level I had to get to.
Yeah, that's important. Those
Yeah.
types of leagues are very important. We got a visitor outside my door.
Someone trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. Throwing rocks at your window. Hello.
I know you're in there.
Joanne with the
John's
double.
playing well today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
270 last game. Yeah, and I'll be curious to see if the Plucks recovered from their kind of sluggish finish the last game. Sure, they had a bit of a break. Good start for them. Joanne and Danielle again starting hot. See if Al can hit the middle. He's still having trouble.
Chop.
The old point for the chop.
You guys know if Evan's playing league anywhere?
I don't think so, from what I heard.
Yeah,
He's not
I
a short
don't believe
part.
so.
Definitely, you can see he's not quite as sharp as he normally would be for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Last week, he struggled a bit, I think.
It's tough. Don't have the muscle memory to carry you through shots where you're not sharp and stuff like that. I'm sure most of the people on the team have been in practicing and stuff like that with the opening coming up in under a month. Wouldn't be surprised if you saw some really big scores out of next gen.
Yeah, I would think they've had a few practices already getting ready for that. But
It'll be interesting having it there for the Alberta Open at Bonnie Doon. It'll be anybody's game coming out of there.
I think so, yeah. The scores are going to be huge.
Be tough for Mitch to come up with the money lines for that and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's got the inside scoop.
I mean, there's
figured.
a lot of good teams, too. There's not
Yeah.
one team is better than the other situation either.
Yeah.
So,
I wouldn't say anybody's really a favorite. It's just kind of gonna come down to who performs when they need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be intense. You always got to think though that a team that plays out of that center probably has a slight edge, right? Because they're used to the conditions and stuff like that. But because it's such a long tournament, the teams that don't play there, they get practice time and they can figure out how to play there too, right?
I mean, there's been the argument that like if you play at Bonnie Doon lots, then you kind of get like lazy on spares and stuff like that. Because there's a ton of strikes and you're not very sharp. You can throw the strikes, but you might have to have like a corner to win a match, and you haven't thrown a corner in like 2 games.
One thing you have
Whereas-
to test is the corners are 17-inch centers, so the corners are in on the outsides too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't get away with the gutter side as much, right? If you're picking that corner.
But like, say even like for you, Carrie, like if you played at Heritage and then you come to Bonnie Doon, you're gonna be like, this is awesome. Because you go from like chops and like weird hits, and you think you get a ball, like throw a good ball and get roasted, to Bonnie Doon where it's just like, oh my god, I can hit like anywhere. Like I think that's almost like where playing there can be a disadvantage. I've seen it like at the lower level of bowling where like bowlers that like just play league at Bonnie Doon come to say like Sherwood Park or go to St. Albert, and they just get punished, right?
Nobody's really playing league anymore there, though. I don't think.
I Bradley plays on
Thursday night.
Thursdays, yeah.
But most
But
of
other
the
than
people
that,
that play in match play moved over to Sherwood Park, I think.
Yeah, I think once the Wednesday match play at Bonnie Doon folded, you had a lot of people kind of dispersed. Seems like St. Albert or Sherwood Park are the big 2, but that Sherwood Park league's been full for forever.
Yeah.
Stuff to get into.
Well, Plucks have got a couple turkeys going on.
Yeah, very quietly, just kind of doing their thing.
Yeah, piece another good match.
Next gen punching a bit.
Yeah.
I want to see some ham bones.
Yeah,
I'm
we haven't
saying-
seen one yet.
Didn't Rich had one? I think we
did
missed
he?
it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we
He
did.
had to have. He had a lot.
I
we
said
were just like-
too, but I didn't. Yeah.
We were just in awe of like how good the strikes were. All of them just like absolute rockets.
Yeah.
He would have cooked the ham no problem with how hard he was throwing.
I wonder how that came about.
Probably was
No
something where
idea.
like you used to like get it as a prize or something.
Probably.
It was actually it was from 10 Pin, and it was Rob Stone that said it on television for the first time. And I don't believe there's a backstory to it. I think he was just because it was turkey, and he just
Oh.
came up with a random food item, and he yelled it, and it just became part of history.
That's why
I'm
when
pretty sure.
we haven't had a 7 in a row yet, I'm waiting to whip out one for that.
Random food item, or
I don't know yet. I haven't quite decided. I've been humming hawing, but the guy who says it first gets to name it, right?
That's
BLT
right,
or
that's
something.
Spam, baby, spam.
The 6-pack's perfect for 6, but I still
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think they're named appropriately. The ham bone is kind of threw everything for a loop, but it stuck, right? It became PBA history, and now it's across the board.
Immortal.
Yeah.
Not good cleanup there for Joanne. Good start.
Yep.
Next gen starting to throw some strikes here.
Yeah,
I
we
was
can
going to
keep
say
it
when
going.
Jess threw her double there, it looked like she just had way more confidence. Like
Yeah.
you could see it in her.
Just felt. There,
Yeah.
ham bone. Oh.
She knew. She knew we were gonna say it.
Yeah.
I mean, Next Gen has a team ham bone.
Yeah.
Team Yahtzee.
Oh yeah, I guess Brad in the previous. No, spare for Danielle. Not much 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 for Danielle. Not much
Team 6 back.
The
Let
team
them
six
go.
back, yeah.
Yeah, next gen definitely has their legs under him now. 5 strikes is always scary to see on the other side.
Well, Al, strike. Al's good when he hits the middle more.
Yeah, his strike percentage is good. He had like a couple weird hits at the end of last game, but good to see him bowling well. I know he's a good shooter.
So it'll be interesting because we are kind of trying to keep stats and stuff like that to see what the percentages out of this league are and all that stuff. If they match up to the WCBT stats, like corner spare percentages, chop spares, middle hits.
Yeah, because you'll have enough games. Like,
Yep.
yeah, there's lots of games to be able to do that.
Yeah, a couple hundred.
Lots of strikes for Plucks. Both teams are doing pretty good.
A little thin there.
Both of them.
Yeah. For big spares, it's a close match. Especially going into the break.
Oh,
Yeah.
whoops. Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh. So for next gen, if she goes and pitches like left side or right side, are you looking at a pull? I mean, that makes it really hard.
I don't believe next gen had anyone
Add an
available.
alternate. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
No.
think so either because I was just at the lanes the other day and Jenna was, she might have hurt herself or something, so she was actually there to make sure that she was still okay to bowl.
Right.
Kind of sounded like she had to.
So like theoretically, say they did have like someone,
Mm.
like would you be looking at her because of like the 5 gash, the 3? Obviously the spare's great, but you've got 3 misses.
I don't think so yet. Like her match was kind of getting ran away on her, but
Yeah.
then you look over and Joe punched a second time.
Yeah.
And she
not
spared,
out of
so
hand.
you kind of let that go because, unfortunately, like Jenna, the type of player she is, you kind of need her going, right? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Not sure if she would be the greatest coming off the bench. I think she's one of those people that needs a few frames to get going, but once she gets going, she's unreal.
Yeah, she just doesn't stop. It's just strikes
Yeah.
over and over again.
I might have waited one more. Like, even if she didn't spare that 3-pin, I think I would have waited one more.
Yeah.
Just because the other guys seem like they're rolling now, so I don't think any
Yeah.
of them would have been.
You don't want to mess that up.
Yeah. And honestly, I'm probably not going to pull Tyler ever.
No.
Because even this year, if you're watching, like Tyler's been able to struggle and then figure it out.
Yeah, for sure.
Not even just in an 8-game block, but even in an individual game. It seems he's been good at figuring it out. So
Just
Yeah.
no bad games.
yeah. Like even like Masters, he'll start with like he had 4 weak ones and then shoot like 1,200-1,300 for the last 4. I've seen him do that kind of thing, or start the game with 60 after 4, but end up getting 300 or 290. So he's been able to figure it out, which is tough sometimes to do it that quick.
Yeah. I know a problem for me is being able to like self-analyze. I get a little bit of ego, like, no, I can make this work, and
It's stubborn, yeah.
just keep plowing over and over again. And
then other times you move, then you plow in the other spot too, and then you move again and you plow in that spot too. So I think you got to be bold enough to make moves. I was even watching 10-pin the last few days, and one of the guys made a move and it worked. So you got to have some balls to make a move.
yeah.
And have confidence too.
Or just have like an A line, a B line, and if you play enough, a C line,
Yeah.
just in case it's going like really bad.
It's just having the line and then having the confidence to use the line is huge.
Yeah,
Yep,
for
for
sure.
sure.
So Bonnie Doon has 555 against Timmins' 595. So
Yeah, close match.
she's
Those-
close.
You had the top half of Timmins bowling well, and they kind of cooled off, and the bottom half picked it up. So they're
Yep.
helping each other there. Lots of strikes on Timmins' side too.
Yep.
Same
Yep.
with Bonnie
All right.
Doon.
We'll run our commercial and then we'll bring you the last half of this match.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centres across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
All right, second half of this match. Timmins with the slight advantage, but Bonnie Doon had a full frame of marks, so can make up
Yeah.
ground quickly here.
Lots of marks on the board.
Boom. Did they do a commercial break when
No.
Doesn't look like it.
I asked them if they wanted to, and then they're like, well, maybe. And I was like, no, that's some more work for me. We'll just leave it.
pause?
Time stamping the video.
Yeah.
That was close. Joanne's
So
helping her out a bit.
Yeah, so they technically didn't have the commercial break, so momentum probably isn't broken here at all or anything like that. Between the two teams, that's probably good, but I wonder, thinking back on it now, would that be a detriment to the league because everybody else had those commercial breaks? I guess except for all the other single pre-recorded sessions, but or do you think it's such a small factor it doesn't really matter?
In this case, I don't think it matters at all.
I think if you're making coaching adjustments, you can make them in like the 10-20 seconds. You don't need the like 2 or 3 minute break to like settle your team down. You can talk to people individually or take a second if they need it.
Yeah.
Like both teams are bowling pretty hot, so there's like nothing to say in that break anyway.
Yeah, sure enough. Just keep everybody happy and
Make dad jokes like Rich would.
Yeah, that's right.
You got any good ones, Mark?
Offhand, no.
You gotta get some. You gotta be ready.
I know I gotta start a little memory bank.
You should get every person on tour to give you one, so you have like a whole book of them.
I follow a site that has dad jokes, so there's lots of good ones on here. Just can't think of any at the moment.
Big shot there. Next gen
Yeah,
has
cats out.
16 straight marks, so they're really hot.
Oh yeah, holy. Get over.
Like Timmins is still playing really well, but it's tough to match. Like every open's just more and more being dumped on him.
I mean, you got everybody 120 at the half at least.
Yeah. Even the same on Timmins, like they're not bowling bad, but they gotta keep it going. Or it's gonna start slipping away.
One good thing is most of the centers have pretty good scoring.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, we haven't seen a center with any real bad scoring at all.
Tough plow there.
Yeah, that one's close too. I mean, 4 and 5 are close. The middle one's close now. Yeah, they're all pretty close.
So obviously next gen's looking for 8 points here, and they've got a bunch of close matches. See how they finish this one off. They can keep it going, keep the momentum. Like I said, they got a pile of marks in a row. See if they can.
Yeah, they need 8-8 to take the division.
Yeah.
And to tie, would be 8-7.5. That's still pretty tough.
Yeah, just missed there.
They're very they feed off each other very well. They're rolling.
Yeah. Well, like their top 3 players are so fast. Like Ty, Jenna, and Ryland are like up there and going really quick. They can really bring that momentum to the bottom. I mean, Evan gets fired up, so that fires up Brad. Those guys are both like really loud and lots of moving around when they throw strikes.
Well, I heard us talking about his average, so.
That's right. They all grew up in YBC together, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Evan's the oldest out of all of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've been playing together a lot of years. Like this team is almost built for a league like this, right?
Almost.
Yeah, they all know each other. Even Tegan grew up with them as well, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and Trevor Tom, right?
Yeah.
Yep. They all know each other. I think that's why they're all so good, because they had that, inner competition.
That helps for sure. Couple spares for Plucks, but the next gen's throwing doubles now.
Yeah, they're just rolling.
How many marks in a row is that now? 4, 8, 12,
I'm out of fingers.
5, 10, 15. That's 20. 20 straight marks.
Yeah. That's tough.
Yeah. Yeah, tough to keep up with that.
Like we said, like the Plucks aren't playing bad. Like look at the Plucks scores at half. The lowest they have is 120 and 5.
Yeah.
You just have to give credit where credit's due. Like sometimes you just run into a freight train. Not to say the matches aren't done yet, but
think that's the good thing that these guys were playing live against each other, right? Because they have to sit there and wait, right?
Yeah.
Where if they were playing their single pre-recorded match, they could
just
keep rolling.
Yeah, just absolutely carry that momentum and run it all the way home.
Hence why it was a last resort, right? We don't want to do these, and we won't be doing these next season because a pre-recorded session just doesn't have the same atmosphere.
Well, it's almost like pre-bowling versus playing in league. Where like pre-bowling, you can just like keep going and going. In league, you have to wait.
Yeah.
100%.
Feels like there's more on the line.
So next gen is a lead in them all. No. Oh no, the second one's closed.
Just the second one. But even Jenna's bowling well now.
See, and that still would have been a really decent frame for Timmins if they would have made both those single pin spares, right?
Yeah.
You piece together 5 marks, even though they're not strikes, they're still building frames, right? But now you missed 2 single spares. Now you only got 3 spares instead of the 5. It's.
I mean, even looking at like their top match with Jess, she has that like right gash right in the middle of those strikes. That hurts.
Yeah.
Just like the single pin spares are biting him.
Yeah.
She's throwing a great shot.
Common
Like
theme on the WCBT that spares don't matter, but in this team format, spares are huge.
Honestly, I think a lot about that, and sometimes that's right, and sometimes it's not. It's the guy grinds out 6-7 spares and wins a game, and then there's other times where a guy throws a 6-bagger and wins a game. So I think I don't know if you could definitively say one or the other. I've been trying 10-pin, 100% strikes matter. If you don't have enough strikes, you cannot win.
Yeah.
But again, in 10-pin also, there was a guy recently that made a bunch of Kevin Williams.
Oh, yep.
He did well in a couple tournaments in 10-pin, and he had to make like a whole bunch of 9 spares and go 9-spare-9 in the final frame to make it to the step ladder or something like that. So there's always instances where they both matter. But, I mean, ultimately, if you're throwing tons of strikes, you're going to win. But the spares matter too. For
sure. There's so Kevin Williams is part of House Bowling out of 10-pin, and that sparked their new line of clothing. If you're team 8-bagger or team spare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They definitely matter. If you miss a couple spares in 10-pin, it's going to be tough to shoot over 200, even if you have a 5-bagger.
Yeah.
Like,
to me, like spares are carrying momentum through your game. Like even here with Rylan going 5 gash, like that's throwing away a lot of points, and you lose. Like it's deflating, right? Especially like a 5 miss. Like even if he plows, like you don't feel great about it. Like yeah, there's situations where it'll keep you in the match and it can possibly win if the other person's opening, but like you could be making spares and they're not, and you're gaining. Like to me, it's all about momentum and just like piling on mark after mark after mark. Like Bonnie Doon's little like 20 mark streak there. There's spares in there, but it's still super intimidating because it looks like there's no mistakes.
I mean, if you you definitely can average 280, 290 by just throwing strikes and not many spares. But you can't rely on a 5-6-bagger every single game.
Yeah, like what if the other guy's throwing strikes and you hang a corner in 10 and you need to make the spare to win? Like the strikes got you there, but the spare could carry you through.
Yeah.
Like I do agree with the fact that you need to throw strikes how the WCBT is now, just with how high the scores are. Like you need to be able to have those big games to make cuts and stuff. But I don't think that like devalues a spare. Like nobody's throwing like perfect games all the time, so that means that there's like a lot of opportunities for spares.
Well, how many games you shoot at 300 and you only have a double or a triple?
Yeah, like I want like when I one TPC, I looked at the stats, and I think I was like 5th in strike percentage, and it was like 55. It wasn't like astronomically high.
Yeah. That the spare percentage, or sorry, the strike percentages actually just got posted here probably about an hour ago.
Oh, right.
Yep.
And it's around 50%. The top 20 players are around 50%. There's nobody crazy higher than that. So, yeah, it's half the game, but what's the other half, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to have spares in there. You can't tell me you're
Yeah.
gonna have 6 strikes a game and average huge. You have to have
Yeah.
spares. Like, it's
Yeah,
impossible.
exactly.
You have to be good at everything nowadays.
Yeah.
Like the perfect example was like last game, even this game with the Plucks, like those corner misses, like you can't afford those at these high levels because the other team's just gonna make you pay.
Jess has got a bit of a lead on Tyler at the top there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jenna's
She's battling back.
she's
Big
ahead
shot for
now.
Joanne. Yeah. It's a big shot though. That looked pretty good. Ooh, a little much curve.
Oh, she got the
Oh.
bonus 2 there. This one's pretty much, well, I guess nothing's over with 3 frames left.
No.
Oh, he was fast there.
Yeah.
That's what I've been saying it the whole time too. Is like you really have to manage your tempo and you're taking your time, and because there's nobody around, you just go. But so many people rush their shots, even going for spares, and they miss.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's one thing I found too, is even though I think I was taking my time, you go back and you look at these matches and you're up on the lane right away. It's like, no, take your time. You act as if somebody's playing against you and they're up on the lane. Take that extra couple seconds and focus, right?
Yeah, and that's one thing I would recommend to anybody. Go back and look if you had some struggling points. Look at what you did and what you so many times the guy's like up on a lane like instantly and throwing. Like,
Yeah, because you didn't have to worry about lane courtesy. You're just up and you're throwing your next shot, and that's not how you normally play. So why do you think that's going to be better now?
Big
There's
shot by
Al.
Al. Yeah,
Al had a
big
good
shot
goal
there. See pins flying around.
Ooh,
Oh, that's tough for Evan. That's a bad plow.
that was a good big shot by Al there.
That match is pretty much out of reach because Evan's got 191 if he cleans it.
Yeah, that is. So there's the 1 point that Toppler needed. On the
With
top
love.
one,
From Al Paquette.
I mean, even the bottom one still in question. Bradley goes punch, Daryl bangs out. You never know, right?
Well, like even Danielle has a 3 up there in the middle one. Ryland's at 250.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it, honestly. I'm bulling my game.
Bradley's been solid the last couple weeks.
Yeah, he's really. I know he struggled at the Masters and stuff like that, but his game all around has been better. And I don't know if that was just a headspace thing for him or if he's made some small changes. I'm not too sure, but
I think it's just managing the peaks and valleys of bowling. If you gotta be understanding you're not gonna win all the time and you're not always gonna do good. It's just how you manage those struggling situations. Big shot for Jess.
Even like recovering from bad games and just being able to make your bad games like 200s instead of like 170s, 180s.
Yeah, exactly. Banging out 10, you've got 155, and you bang out 10, 200 instead of punching for 170.
Yeah. Yeah, big shot by Jess. Tyler with another one.
See how much quicker they are, Tyler. She threw the first ball before he did.
yeah,
That looks good.
That looks good too. Ooh, just thin.
chopped.
She's got
It's enough, though.
295. Yeah, it's enough.
She got him.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so there's 1 point for the Timmins Mighty Plucks.
Yeah, way better game by them for sure.
Yeah, and then I know Jess probably hasn't competed to her ability too. Like I know she was in the 8 gamer and qualified high for that.
Yeah.
So the ability's there. It's just...
Do you think they played better this time because they actually had an opponent on the other side?
Or maybe a game warm-up, right?
Yeah.
I'm not too sure how much the Timmins came in early, because every time we kind of seen them like pre-show or whatever, it seemed like they were just getting there and just throwing a couple balls. So I'm not sure if they took the whole get there early, play a game and get going kind of thing. But
yeah,
well, that's what Paradise did, right?
Mm-hmm.
Curtis had them come in early, and they played a full game before they started last week.
Yeah.
And I guess that game was absolutely horrible. And then they came out and shot huge in the actual game.
Yeah.
So when I go and I throw balls for like 20 or 30 minutes straight the whole time.
Right.
I think that's important to get warmed up. Not everybody can come out.
Like,
No,
you're not
for
going to
sure.
throw the same ball every time, every day. Like, one day you might throw, like, a little more backup, or your swing might come out, like, a little wider. So, that, like, one game of practice has helped you, like, work that stuff out.
Yeah.
For me, it's just like
where you need to be.
Feeling comfortable.
Yeah.
It's a game of
corner by
managing
Danielle
misses
there.
too, right? That's huge. That's what golf.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
You can get them here.
Yeah, spare strike, it's over. Even spare corner by 1, right?
Oh, I should miss that though.
Yeah.
Ah,
You could tell body language right away.
Yeah.
That's too bad. That was close.
well, Ryland's average is going to go down.
Yeah. He has another game yet to maybe make that up.
Yeah.
Made it really close though. That
Yeah,
huge.
he was strike
Threw
or
the
nothing
5
there.
bagger in the middle. Yeah.
The total's got to be relatively close here.
It looks like 1260 on the Bonnie Doon side.
Yeah, and 12-16.
1236 or 16, yeah. Pretty even because you got the 2 strikes and then opening the double.
Oh,
Miss.
fell out of it, yeah. How do you
Is it
take
an 8?
5?
That was 8,
Yeah,
wasn't
8,
it?
yeah,
Yeah.
8.
The other's 5, I bet.
Jeez. I think it counted as a 6. That was nuts.
Oh, it
Yeah,
did.
was a
Yeah,
6.
that corner pin was up. Yeah, 6
I couldn't
count.
tell. It was a little fuzzy.
Oh, those.
If he spares this, he's MVP. I'd vote for him if I was playing.
That's the first 6 count we've had.
Oh, I almost had it.
He would have had it too.
6-7, sweet frame.
Enough for the point, though. Enough for the point.
Is that one of the ones that just messes up JB's algorithm really bad?
Probably.
Oh, probably for sure.
Oh, the wee lad is crying.
Good shot by Daryl.
Oh, there he goes.
Yeah. Total's not totally over, I don't think.
I usually add 75 if he cleans up a head pin, so that's 302. Yeah, he's pretty much got that.
Yeah, the team total's over.
Okay. I never
Big
said I was
double.
good at math.
Yeah. 6-2 for Bonnie Doon.
Brad's average was 293 coming into this as well, so
That's funny. I was just looking at that. Yeah, good finish by Daryl.
Yeah.
A
Good
solid
game by
game
him.
by them. That's probably one of the best games this year.
yeah, 13-19's really good. Yeah, and they just ran into a hot team. That's tough. It's gonna be 6-2, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
6-2.
They played spoilers at least.
Yeah, congratulations to Toppler for clinching the division now, I think.
Can next gen can catch the Bombers too.
For home team advantage, I guess.
Yeah, so still something to play for. Home team just sets their lineup second.
Yeah, home
Yeah.
team sets lineup second.
Good game by Bradley and a couple. That's probably 700 for his last two in the pro league.
All right, let's.
And that will officially clinch playoffs for next gen. No. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's settled. It's just seeding now between second and third.
Yeah.
That does get the mighty Plucks ahead of T-Bay, though.
Ooh, rival
Hey.
club.
Moving up in the standings.
Yeah.
Tell me their last game is against each other.
No, the mighty Plucks are done.
Oh.
T-Bay gets to
Yeah,
play
yeah.
next gen. All right,
Right
we'll
now.
bring in. Yeah, that's right. We'll bring in our team managers here. We have Mr. Al Paquette. Hey, Al.
What's going on, gentlemen?
Stole 2 points off of Bonnie Doon. You guys had a really good match. They just put together an unreal.
We didn't have 2 5-baggers or whatever. We had Riley in the middle of the game and then Brad towards the end. And at the end of the day, that was pretty much the difference there. But
Yeah.
but no, solid game. You know, a nice total for the team, and you know, not nothing crazy, but good to finish on a good note with a good total for the team against you know, one of the favorites going into the season, right? Like Bonnie Doon is a hell of a team, a bunch of young guys, right? So and girls, a lot of the girls obviously as well. So you know, props to them. Good luck to them. You know, I'm sure they're probably closer to the playoffs now. So yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah, it was super solid. Des, obviously, Bonnie Doon got the 6 points there. Unfortunately, they can't reach first place anymore. I do believe that's official. But you guys are going to be playing for home field advantage this last match. So
Yeah, we went in there with the goal of 6, and it worked out for us. So now on to this game, and we'll see what happens.
yeah, for sure.
Solid
So
game by the Plucks. I just want to say that was a good team game. There's a lot they're playing, and you guys had a good team game, so that was cool.
Yeah, 21 marks in a row in the middle there or something was pretty wild to watch.
Al, so you guys have moved into 5th position in the Russet Petal division. You move ahead of T-Bay.
Yeah, well, that's, we got nothing to shoot for now, so I guess we're going to hope. I think like T-Bay probably needs 1 point. I think we're only half a point ahead, kind of thing. So whatever. It was kind of our goal to try to beat our Northern Ontario rival, try to get ahead of them in the standings. But whatever, it is what it is. We had a really tough start to the season, so just happy we're going to pull up some better scores in the last 4 matches there and put some points on the board at least. So it is what it is.
For sure. So, Al, obviously the Mighty Plucks season is over with, but thank you very much for joining the league, and we hope to see you guys come back for next season.
Yeah, if I can have a minute, I just want to say something real quick.
Yeah.
So I went up to the team and asked them to see if we can chip in on a little gift for our commissioner here. So, Carrie, we just want to say thank you for everything you've done for the league, all the Sundays, all the pre-records, all the time you took away and to help make this game grow. So the team and I put a few bucks together. We just sent you an e-transfer, so we want you to take you and Julie out for dinner and get some time together there for everything that you guys have done for us. And from myself and the Timmins Invitational, we also want to throw out a free entry to one of the 5-Pin Universe or board members. So it's valid for one of you guys. So if any of you guys want to come up, one of your shifts will be paid for. So just want to say thank you. It's non-transferable though, so it's got to be one of you guys.
Yeah,
so I'll let you guys figure out how you guys want to do it. But if you guys want to get one of your boys up here or girls, if you have some on your committee, I'm not sure who's on the board or whatever. But I'll leave it up to you, Carrie, and you guys can figure it out.
Well, Al, you
Just
definitely
as a
didn't have
thank you
to
for
do that.
putting this on, guys, and I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
No, it's a lot of work you guys do, and it's well deserved. It's a non-paying job, so we just wanted to say a little thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Al.
That's awesome.
With that all being said, we'll let you go and we'll run our commercial.
Yep.
Thank you very much, Al.
Good luck, guys.
All right,
Thank
bye.
you.
At Cargill, we have numerous brands and varieties of canola seed to meet any producer's needs. We look forward to helping you create a plan for your 2022 crop. Please contact your local crop input sales rep for any of your canola seed needs. Thank you and enjoy the bowling.
All right. So we have our next match between T-Bay Bowling Club and Bonnie Doon Next Gen. We'll bring in our team manager here from Thunder Bay himself, Mr. Taylor Michelle. How's it going?
Howdy-ho.
So you guys have the last match of the whole league, and you're facing a pre-recorded Next Gen. How's that for you?
It's great. All we need is half a point, I heard Al mention. Half a point to tie, a whole point to win. So I'm feeling pretty good, not gonna lie.
Yeah. Awesome. How's I know it's been a while since you guys have played, and unfortunately you got the last match of the season, but how's the team feeling?
I would say individually pretty good. We had our open qualifier last weekend, so everybody's been bowling lots, so probably more so than normal. So I'm hoping we'll have a good finish here.
Awesome. So with that all being said, Taylor, what's your lineup?
We got Sam at the top, Dan number 2, Alyssa 3, myself 4, Greg 5, and J-Dubs is bench and Wes is double bench.
Perfect. So Wes is there enjoying a beverage, watching you guys play.
No, he's at work like a scrub.
So Des, your lineup for Bonnie Doon's last match of the league?
We're going to keep it the same as last game. So Ty, Jenna, Rylan, Evan, and then Brad.
Perfect. Yeah, so I guess there's not much left to say, but good luck and best of luck for the last match of the whole regular season.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Bye, well.
Hey, good luck.
All right, here we go. Last match of the regular season.
That's really awesome of Al doing that for you, Carrie.
Yeah,
Really
that's
sweet.
definitely not expected. I appreciate very much. Obviously, it is a lot of hours and all that good stuff, but Doing
Well,
it for the sport,
if you
right?
if you need a good restaurant, I hear local Inshore Park has great truffle fries.
Tim would be so happy.
Oh, and T-Bay's not playing. They're playing at a different center now, right? Black Galaxy, I think, or something.
Yes.
Yeah, that looks
Yep.
like Galaxy.
Yeah, they switched from Mario's to Galaxy.
Yeah, they were running into some scheduling issues with the proprietor, and they decided to make the switch.
Hey,
Birthday parties make money. Pro League does not.
That's correct.
but again, that's part of the whole pro league is you got to have a center that wants to be a little accommodating. You have to have that. It can't be done otherwise.
Yeah, exactly. Need to be, like you said, accommodating and proud to have a pro league team in their center, right? It's about the center too. It's not so much about the players.
No, yeah, it's like look at Robert in the Heartland. It's their Heartland in Stettler, Alberta. It's like their professional team. Like it's pretty cool to see, right?
Yeah, they're in like the paper and stuff down there, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's huge. And that's what we want to promote. We want to promote the centers and the proprietors to be happy that they have a pro team that's wanting to play in their center and show how good scoring is or how clean the center looks and how accommodating they are and all that stuff, right? It's good publicity for them as well.
Exactly.
Even maybe like, you know, if there's kids around there on a Sunday, they might see and be like, oh, like maybe I want to join a league or something like that. Like that looks pretty cool. Like I don't know if a lot of people think of like if you're gonna like join a bowling league, like being on like a professional team sort of environment.
That's what we want people to think, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I think T-Bay here has something to prove too, right? They were considered when we started this whole thing to be probably one of the strongest teams on paper for sure. And they haven't performed the way they wanted to. And I know Greg DeGrazia has flat out said that he is not happy the way he's played. And yeah, I think they want to put a statement here on the last game, especially playing one of the best teams in the league as per the schedule, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they can really make a statement here.
Yeah.
Maybe losing his mind. Well, there's Greg. He's got shorts on.
Yeah, it's getting warm in Northern Thunder.
Yeah,
in Thunder Bay.
Yeah, so we're playing for a little bit of bragging points. Next gen can be home team in the first playoff round.
Yep.
Definitely something to play for, which is good. It's not like the last match at the Open where the fourth team's playing the fifth team and everybody's joking around.
Yeah, playing for me.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like you said, Bonnie Doon's playing for home field advantage, even though there's not really a home field advantage.
Still nice to say, like, we're the 2 seed, you're the 3 seed. Everybody wants to be higher.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Sam's been pretty solid for T-Bay.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely a strong runner, I think, even in the MVP race, right?
Yep.
For ladies, so. It'd be neat to see once we crunch the numbers here after the show and get the individual stats updated and all that stuff and prepare the MVP voting and all that stuff to see where people's mindsets are, what they're looking for in an MVP, right? Is it position they played, their average, the points they took, stuff like that, right?
I think for me, it'd be average wins, playoff implications probably would be a good tiebreaker for me, and lineup position as well. So a combination of things.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's the whole league, so you're gonna have a bunch of like people's different opinions on it.
Yeah, and that's the best part about it, right? It's not all just about average. It's not all just about, oh, you took 6 individual points, but you were playing, let's say, the 2-hole, and you there wasn't a lot of competition, where somebody else played the leadoff or the anchor position, also took 6 points and got their team into a playoff spot, right? That's all got to weigh in, right?
But Carrie, they all score the same.
Yeah, well, then that player, if they were getting 6 points all the time, might have should have played I put in quotation marks, a harder position, because they obviously all are hard. But
Yeah.
Going into the 10th frame, an anchor player, if they need the strike, is a lot tougher position than the 2-hole that is just looking to add more points on the board. So their anchor player has that option, right?
That's why I like bowling lead, because nobody remembers what happened by the time it gets to the end.
I personally think lead is a real tough position too, right? Because you
that's all
gotta
like
jumpstart your team.
Momentum, energy.
Yeah.
That's for sure like the most positive person on your team. Like never gets down. It's just like consistent.
But if your 2-hole's averaging 320 in the 2-hole, I don't know if you ever do move them, because they're probably carrying team,
winning everything.
Yeah.
I had an interesting talk. I think it might have been with Weber about this, and I was like, why wouldn't you just like load up the front of your lineup instead of loading up the bottom, so you can just like absolutely demoralize a team? Like imagine being in the 2-hole playing Adam Weber, and you're like immediately like, well, this is a loss. And see if that can like infect through the entire lineup.
That's an interesting point, because how many times does it actually come down to the last bowl or the last frame? Not a lot. Usually out before that happens. But that one time that it does happen, I think you want.
Yeah.
Right plan? I don't know.
Like I think the tough thing about anchor is like a lot of people will like get up for those matches. So like, yeah, you're going to have the situations where you like want a guy who's like confident in the 10th frame and has like done it before. But like the other like 90% of the matches, like everybody's going to like want to do it and like be really focused, you'd hope. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I've always tried to like look at things a different way.
Yeah, I am too. I think a lot about chemistry to me is the most important thing.
Yeah.
And I think we set our lineup for my teams, even when I play Bakers or whatever else, I set it up so it has the best chemistry and flow to it.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing. Like on paper, some teams may not, you wouldn't think they're going to win, but if they have such good chemistry, they do well a lot of the time.
Like I think next gen's lineup is almost like deliberate, where you have like 2 slower throwers and then you're like 3 really hard chuckers like together. Because I've noticed before, like especially on mixed teams, where if you like stick a girl after someone that throws hard, then they're gonna start throwing harder, just because they're watching it like all the time. It looks super cool, big splash, and people speed up and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things.
Yeah.
Bit of a sluggish start for both teams. Couple opens for everybody.
I do think the leadoff position is very important, though. Just getting that team going, making them feel. Yeah. If the leadoff guy throws well, it just kind of takes a little pressure off everybody else below.
Yeah.
Well, like they set the tone for the frame. Like if your leadoff throws a strike and like comes off like amped up, and it's gonna get everybody else up for that frame.
Yeah, and when I'm playing leadoff, I might act a little bit differently than I would if I was playing at the bottom. Like, no matter how upset I personally am inside, I wouldn't ever show that in a leadoff position, because you don't want people to see that. You just want to be positive as you can.
Yeah.
If I'm anchor and I punch and I get a little frustrated, it might be a little different.
Well, you can like go to the back and you're not playing for like another 5 frames. Like everybody shifts over, and if you're anchor, you can kind of like hang around and then come to the front once you're like done stewing.
You just when you have that bowler that just has that confidence and leading off, it just takes no pressure off everybody else.
Yeah.
That's where I think like even like the 2-hole's underrated. Like if your leadoff struggling, your number 2 bowler can like fill that role in those like
Yeah.
off games.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Your number 1 and number 2 player, they're like you said, they're the ones leading the team. They're the ones trying to keep momentum and stuff like that. Even if your number 1's playing really well and your number 2's struggling, it slows momentum right down, right?
Yeah.
All the positions have their spots. Like there's nothing to say anything that the 3-hole doesn't matter as much either, right? It could be the gap between the guys at the top struggling and they're trying to make sure the bottom 2 players have something to play for, right? So
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
yeah.
Just interesting to see people's like different strategies and approaches, like as far as coaching wise.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody's got an idea. Everybody thinks they're right. You know, something could work one day, and a couple games later, your team just like absolutely has a stinker. And then what do you do?
I think ultimately you have to have a plan and stick to your plan.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Big
was
string
good.
pull.
Somebody in the back knocked that down.
She looked pretty confident there.
Like, that's all day. That's all day.
You must know the house well.
Ooh. 7.
Are you looking for matches here? T-Bay's going a little quick.
Yeah, they're chuckers.
Yeah.
Well, I guess some of these guys are too, but they take a little more time.
Yeah. I mean, Taylor's like one of the fastest bowlers on tour.
No, it's actually like never really asked. I heard somebody else asked Len Anseth why. I know he's not in the pro league, but why he plays so quick. He's like, I can't. I just start thinking. If I don't go quick, I just start thinking too much. I'm like, that's his reason. That's it.
He actually slowed down. He's like taking more time now. It's not the like grab and throw that it used to be.
Yeah, but ultimately, that's the only reason why. It's because he was thinking too much, so he just goes.
Yeah. That was one thing I always wondered was like people that are like standing there for like a really long time, like not your Genos. That I think he's just like forgetting what he's supposed to do because he's old.
Yeah.
But like younger players, like say like Evan, like used to take a really long time. Like I'm always curious about like what's going through their head in that situation. Like to me, having like repetition is like way more important than like standing there and like making sure you're doing the right thing. Like if I'm doing thinking, I'm doing it like in the pit before I'm going on the lane. Like as soon as I'm on the lane, I want everything to be the same.
I guess people just take the approach differently. Like I'm more figure it out the same as you, but I guess sometimes guys need to go through their process when they're on the lane, I guess.
Yeah, or like take a deep breath and then another deep breath.
Yeah.
Not sure. I need to start asking. Well, I'll get my I'll go to school so I can interview people, and then I'll be your guys' field reporter.
Well, exactly. That's the thing about Len. You think he's playing mind games or whatever, right? But no, he just wants to get up there before he starts thinking bad thoughts.
Yeah.
That's the reason.
Like if you spray it right, don't give your time to stand there and think about like hooking the ball more or throwing like more backup or like trying to hit the left side. Just like go do it.
But I'm guarantee you that people think, oh, he's just trying to mess with the pace of the game or stuff like that, right? So you don't really know.
Well, it sounds like he's doing it unintentionally because everybody thinks about it.
Like even the guys that go really slow, I bet you none of them are really doing it intentional. It's just their process and what they need to do.
Yeah, it's their routine and what's working for them.
I always think I think bowling's complicated enough as it is. I don't need to start playing friggin' mind games with myself or other people.
Yeah.
That's where I am. Both teams throwing okay here.
Yeah,
I figured
nothing.
T-Bay would come out.
They just got a couple letters in there. Taylor's struggling a bit. A couple of them are hidden on pro score from the 7s and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, it looked like she was a little.
Arm was a little late or something there. She got kind of crunched up.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's running away with any matches. Like, even the bottom's close. They're both on strikes.
Yeah, his Doon has what 434 and in halfway through the fifth frame, so it's all fairly close.
Yep. Oh.
Couple of tough hits for Dan off the start. I think he started with 3 chops.
Yeah.
Good spare. I think that middle or the match in the 2-hole might be dead even. Jenna's got 104 with 3 points. Well, that's close.
Ooh. Was cutting in hard.
Good half there. Keeps that match pretty close. Yeah, and like we said at the start of the show, this looking at like Tampa Bay's averages for this are like nowhere close to where they should be.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah, the Tampa Bay Sleeping Giants. I mean, that's basically who they are. We got Steven Stamkos, Taylor Michelle, and
Oh yeah, totally.
Victor Hedman, Greg DeGrazia.
Yeah, Greg 239. Yeah.
West 240, Alyssa 230, Dan 248. Like, they know they're better than that, and I think everybody else does. I think, like Taylor said at the start of the show, like, they're here to prove a point, and they just had their open qualifying, so I think a lot of them are going to be in good form.
Mm-hmm. I figured Greg was going to come out here throwing well.
Yeah. That's one guy you don't want to
For
see
sure.
angry, and him sounding like he was angry about how he played is not ideal for whoever's playing him.
Yeah. So we have 599 for Doon next gen at the halfway point to 581 for T-Bay. So she's close. All right,
tight.
we'll run our quick commercial here, and we'll bring back the last half.
Cargill is proud to be supporting a truly Canadian sport like 5-pin bowling. We look forward to watching some great competition from many competitors and bowling centres across our country. With hundreds of locations across Canada, Cargill is committed to helping the Canadian farmer thrive. Whether it is selling commodities, getting agronomic advice, fertilizer needs, crop protection, and marketing expertise, Cargill is here to help. So please enjoy this bowling. Thank you.
All right, here we go. Last half. Oh, the last game for regular season.
Yeah.
We are within 7 or 18 points.
A year later, we got through it, eh?
Yeah.
Or more.
Pandemic and all.
Yeah, this was supposed to be probably over by now, originally.
Oh yeah. But keep adapting and
Yep.
It's never going to go as smooth as you want.
And it's adding more teams is going to add a new wrinkle and challenge, but it's going to be awesome. I think it's got to make it work. I think this is a cool thing, and I like to keep doing it for a long time.
Yeah, for sure. This is the stuff that'll help grow the sport and stuff like that. Maybe get more people bowling more competitively.
Honestly, I think it'll help everybody's game who's actually playing this too.
Yeah.
When I try to see who's doing well and who's in the pro league and stuff, but I think it's paying off for a lot of people.
I mean, I don't want that. I want to practice for my week before tournament and squeak in a cut. I don't want to have to put in the time if everybody else is.
Does Derek Gall want to maybe get on a roster on the pro league?
I'm available.
Yeah.
Nobody's sent me, a contract or an offer.
Yeah. Well,
free agent, unrestricted.
Yeah, with the expanding of rosters, I'm sure you're going to get a call.
Yeah. You're announcing your free agency? Is that what's going on?
I've been a free agent the whole time.
You heard it here first.
I didn't get picked, and I made a statement saying you all made a mistake, all you Edmonton teams.
You did.
That's for sure. Yeah.
Mind you, I've been bowling.
Winning the TPC is probably a good resume builder there.
I'd bowled pretty poorly for the previous 3 years, so I understand why, but it's all what have you done for me lately, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
COVID happened, got all the demons out of my head, and away we went.
Yeah, maybe me too. I don't know.
I mean, you're the only guy that beat me, and you really beat me.
Yeah.
It was funny because I'd only been seeing my girlfriend for 2 or 3 months at the time, and she came to watch that, and that was her first bowling experience. And right before that match, she'd asked me, she was like, "Well, what happens if someone's just bowling a ton of strikes? What do you do?" I was like, "Well, you hope they stop throwing strikes." And then you just absolutely dumped it on me.
But that was her first match she watched?
I think that was the first full match. She saw the end of the one before, where I came back against home, but she'd asked. She was like, "Well, what happens if they're just throwing strikes and you're not?" I was like, "Well, I lose." And it's not great.
That's kind of cool though, for her to come out and see different aspects, and then see you do really well too. It's oh, this is kind of neat.
Me and Jamin had done our best to kind of warn her of what to expect. I told her, I was like, I mean, like I said, I was like, this could potentially be a 10-hour plus day, and it just happened to be a 10-hour plus day.
Yeah, and there's some crazy people yelling and stuff.
Oh yeah, she got to meet Marcus Borkowski and John Mowens and all the fun people, so she got thrown right in the ocean pretty quick there.
Yeah, that's good. Oh, Bradley throws a strike and Greg punches.
Yeah, that's
Bradley's on fire.
Big Yahtzee there.
Yahtzee, yes.
I know we've been really slacking on this. The guest speaker. Trying to lift you guys up. There's been a few. I think there was Al said there was 2 or 3 last game.
I don't know why we got our frozen screen here. Oh, there we go.
Man, Bradley had 350 last game, eh?
Yeah.
Yep.
He'd be at.
He's up there for average.
Well, he'd be over 300 for sure.
He's making a bid for MVP.
Well, yeah, and he's got 4 wins. He had one last game, so he has 5 wins.
And he's over 300.
And he'll probably get a 300 here too.
Yeah, there's a few people in that category, so definitely adding his name to the hat. Potential people.
1352 plus. What did he have last game? 350.
That's
he's got 1,700 for 5.
Yep. 1,700 for 56.
56. Ooh, Jenna gets a late one there. That's big after down plows.
303.5. It'd be 303.5.
Wow.
And you got lots here.
Yeah.
Oh, you spared that.
Ooh.
Oh,
No,
no.
he's
Oh.
close. I think we would have seen a fist pump on a spare there.
I called it earlier. I'm like, I don't think we've had any.
Yeah, split
Had a few
conversions.
close ones.
Oh, Taylor did at the very first match of the league. He spared a split.
Oh, yes. I kind of remember that.
Yeah.
362 Bradley had. Thanks, David. Yeah,
A
so
big
306 average
Not a big deal.
with 5 wins, and he's ahead.
So if
in
he
this
wins
one.
this will give him a 6th.
And he's on his
And-
way to another 3.
He's definitely got to be in the running.
Big shot by Alyssa there. Gives her a lot of control in that match with Ryan.
Man, I got like
opening.
5 or 6 guys in my head. How am I going to pick 3?
Yeah, see, as I said, there's a lot of guys like kind of in that ballpark. So like 290 plus average with a pile of wins.
When is the MVP voting taking place?
So
Is it
it'll start
before playoffs?
before playoffs, but it'll be open, I think, because we'll announce it on the last night of the playoffs. So it'll be open for a week, I think, or 2 maybe.
Just a note, Taylor is pulled and out of the game.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he
John
came
is
in
in.
last room.
Yeah.
I was just chatting and I didn't want
Kinda
We'll have to
yeah.
ask him why he pulled himself.
Yeah, give J-Dub some work, and he had 105. So
See if Bradley can keep it hot, keep it going.
Couple of these
Greg's
matches
gonna
are
bounce back.
another plow. Couple of these matches are starting to shift. Get some separation. We were really close at half. Ooh.
There's the punch.
we cursed
We
him.
brought attention to it, and now
Yeah.
it happens. Yeah. Yeah, I think when we were recording, they had a camera go down here for a couple seconds.
I mean, 207. That's kind of where you want to be.
Yeah, that bottom match is going to come down to who finishes off with strikes. You know, both of them are going to throw strikes, so. Top one, Sam's got a bit of an edge. Tyler had that tough start, though. Looks like he's found it. Corner strike, corner strike.
Ty is actually leading by 2. Bonnie Doon, they're not counting their strikes in
yeah.
their totals.
I don't like this. 2 different systems. I know Pro
I
score
know.
really well, too.
Yeah, good old Bonnie Doon. And they have Cubica, and I know they can add it in. I'm not sure why they haven't done that yet. Maybe they want to keep everybody in suspense.
That's just the way they always have it there, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was even Golden Mile as Cubica, and they had it added in.
Yeah.
Well, they used to have it where, like, Heritage has it where it's, like, as long as you're throwing strikes, it, like, doesn't add it, and there's, like, a lot of suspense when you, like, finally make a mistake.
And then it, like,
Yeah.
all fills in.
Yeah, it fills in, like, 7 frames, and everybody's confused.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that'll be a stipulation next year. That hopefully, if the scoring system has the capability, that it scores the same as the rest, because it does add some confusion. And
Is Heartlands like that where it's filled in, or is it the same as Bonnie Doon's setup? Because they're the same
it fills
system,
in.
right?
Yeah, it fills in.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Pretty sure
it's
that's
just a setting when you start the game or something like that, probably.
Yeah. So Jenna's running away a bit on Dan here. He just can't seem to.
He's
Get him
getting
to go.
lemons galore.
Yeah, he's all over the mill. It's just like something's off a little bit, and he can't find it.
Punch for Rylan.
Ryan as well has been feast or famine these last 2 games. Big shot for Alyssa here. She can just about seal this one. There you go.
Bit of a lead there.
What did Next Gen need to get ahead of Toppler? 5? Like 4.5?
Oh no, to get out of
no,
Or
bombers.
into Bombers?
It's 4.5, so 5, yeah.
They got Bonjoon's winning in the 1 slot, 2 slot.
I mean, for our match, I don't think it would really come down to any of lineup matching or anything like that.
Yeah. I think that's like a lot of teams, they don't really like play matchups.
Yeah, like, I think if I really needed 1 point, maybe, but I think chemistry might trump the ability to match up.
Yeah.
The only time I've seen it is if somebody like really doesn't like someone or like has a grudge.
Or if it's Gary
Like a
Baird
rival.
playing Adam Weber, you put Gary
Yeah.
against Adam.
Just rival
All
matches.
day.
There's like certain people that like have demons in their head against players, and you
Well,
gotta
Gary-
know all those.
Yeah, Gary shoots about 350 every time he plays Adam, so typically you
Yeah.
put Gary against Adam. That one person.
Yeah.
Even Adam
And
knows that.
they both know it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody knows it. Yeah.
I think Tim was talking about that on Thursday, how he has that problem against Weber where it's I think like twice in singles he's lost to him in the step ladder, and there's like another time.
Yeah.
If he's talking about it, then he knows, and it's in his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But everybody has matches like that. Like mine was you for forever, Gary. Well, you
Right.
beat that demon, but I've had a few.
I just one game at a time. That's all I look at.
I personally can't say if one guy's had the edge or if I've had the edge over a guy.
Yeah. I've gone
I
on like
know-
losing streaks against people, but it's never in my head.
Yeah. I've known records where like guys have had a really good record against me, but it's definitely not in my head. It's just that's the way it's always worked out. You try and
Yeah.
fix it.
Well, like I'm 0-2 in the Invitational against Tim, and I think between the two matches, he's beaten me by like less than 15 combined.
Oh, wow.
So it's not like he's like crushing me, and I'm 0-2, but it's not like they're bad matches. Like I think the last one, he had to bang out to beat me, and he did, which is like awesome for him. You know, I can't be mad at that. But it was like 1400 to like 1390 something.
Yeah. Answers. Jen is holding
Big
everybody in
shot.
there.
Yeah. You talked about that last game. Like when she finds it, she's just keeps going. She can't miss.
Yeah.
Need to see if Rylan can have an answer here. Have a big 9-10.
Oh, Alyssa did
Alyssa's
it.
just gonna shut the door on him.
Yeah, I think he's
He needed some help there, and he didn't get it.
he's pretty much done that one, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he struggled at the end here.
He struggled at the end of last game too, right? He threw the
Yeah.
5-bagger and then nothing after.
Well, even the start of the first game, I think he started with 2 opens, and they were like bad ones.
Wilcott with the strike. He came in nicely, actually.
Yeah. He just got a nice, easy shot. I'll
I
look
think it's
to it.
Confidence thing for Mr. Wilcott. Oh, Greg.
Man.
Greg's like, hey, I like this Pro League again. And then he punches like a
4
lot.
in a row.
I'm never playing in this stupid thing again.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But I gotta tell you right now, I'm assuming everybody's gonna play again next year, but Craig would be definitely a guy to look out for.
Oh yeah. You don't want to motivate the greats in the game, right? And he's definitely a great in the game. There's no doubt behind that. And now he's gonna have some motivation to prove something, right?
Yeah. Especially if Brad really like pours it on him at the end here. It's just gonna make him even more mad.
I don't know if they had to walk Greg off back from the bridge or it took a while. Yeah.
His face doesn't change, but his mannerism do when he's mad. You can tell.
Oh yeah.
Bradley got a
Oh,
little
Brad
lazy with
punched.
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously Bonnie Doon with a slight edge here. They have a few points in the bank here since their strikes don't add in, but they're already at 1,050 or 1,079.
Yeah, I see a 9 on the end and a 1 at the beginning, but
Yeah. Yeah, their camera wasn't the best. Yeah. So
I guess.
we need T-Bay here to put a huge 10th frame if they want to catch these guys.
Yeah. Big first shot here.
oh,
Not what you want to see. That pretty much closes up that one.
Yeah.
every other frame stuff don't add up. Ooh. Thing is, he doesn't know, right? It's almost
Yeah.
like he thought it was going to be close and he might have needed it.
He just knows he's not having like a for sure game, like a mid 250.
Yeah.
You never know.
246, I
Good shot by Dan. I don't know if T-Bay runs a bunch of strikes here on like the 2-3-4 slot. Could make it closer than we think.
Yeah. Ooh. 246.
Little swagger there.
Swag.
He's just happy he's finally throwing strikes. Big shot by
Yeah,
Jenna.
just-
Yeah.
Man, she's got a 340 sitting there.
She doesn't know it, but that was huge.
Nice way to finish off the Pro League.
Yeah, that's right.
Big old
That's
ham bone.
four-bagger.
And
Ham bone. You guys are slacking. You're the
I know,
pros
I'm
at
usually
this.
on
I
Come
missed
on.
Jenna's too. Yahtzee on
Oh,
Jenna.
man.
Yahtzee!
Oh, see, we talk about it and then Alyssa misses.
So 2 for next gen, 1 for T-Bay.
Looking like almost like a 7-1.
Yeah. I mean, this one's still in question, but
Alyssa made sure that they passed Timmins.
yeah. Little Northern Ontario rivalry there.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, John. Pretty much ends that one. I can't see.
No, because he
Evan.
spares. He's at 228. Evan's 229 with the strike not counting.
Yeah, that one's over. So 7-1.
They got the 1 point they needed.
Sorry, Al.
There we go.
Greg's like, get me out of here.
This is either going to be like the 3 fastest strikes he's ever thrown or a head pin and then 2 from the back.
I had a feeling they're all going to be strikes.
Yeah.
Oh, it gets the corner too. Oh, brings average up.
Yeah, lots of plows on that T-Bay side today, it seemed, in bad spots.
Yeah. 1,200, nothing crazy. Obviously,
potential,
Alyssa played
though.
really well. Dan finished
Yeah.
strong. Sam was solid, just the headpins in between, right?
Yeah, because she was like close to like 130 at half and plowing 8, plowing 10. Even Alyssa had the plowing 10 that's not showing on a bunch of strikes. And Greg had his to move him out of that match. Just bad timing.
Yeah, he punched. I can't remember what he did in 8, but he punched at least 3 or 4 times in 8. $269.
Nice. Yeah, I'd assume in the pre-recording, Brad knew he was going to be playing Greg. We'll be giving these as all.
Big Country Lanes. Where is that?
In the big country. To me, that's either like eastern Saskatchewan or like in the mountains in BC.
BC, I think. Yeah, 100 mile. Bradley probably will solidify his 300. Yep.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Definitely
Showing
one
by
of
him
the
today.
front runners for Player of the Year. MVP.
What about for the ladies? Who would be like your top 3 right now?
I don't know for sure, but I know Tracy would be up there for me personally. She has some in the last few matches. She threw a lot of clutch shots and really carried the team a little bit, or helped. She also has one of the higher averages and most points in ladies too. So
Yeah.
definitely is a front runner for me.
Yeah.
There's a couple other ones that might ring a bell for me. Sam was one of them. Shauna might be one of them. Melinda didn't play the last few, so it's definitely coming into play.
Yeah, she's 254, won all her matches.
Kelsey won
Names.
a lot of 4 matches too. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm
All
at.
right. So
Same thing, lots of
7-1 win for next gen. Let's bring in our team managers and wrap their match up here, and then we can wrap the season up for everybody. So without further ado, Taylor Michelle from T-Bay and Desiree from Next Gen. Welcome back to the show, guys. Obviously, we'll start with Next Gen. Great finish to the season, solidified the home field advantage for Next Gen against the Bombers in playoffs, and congrats. It was a really solid season, and from what we've seen, Bradley has kind of solidified his run for an MVP vote here, so great playing by him. How do you feel about your guys' season, Des?
You know, we started off, I'm going to say maybe a little bit slower than what we wanted, just getting used to the way that the format was, and then me being virtual sometimes and not being there. But overall, it's been so great to be a part of. And I know we've all had a lot of fun. And now that we're into the swing of things, it's been great. And I couldn't have asked for the kids to finish a stronger way for the rest of the season and on to playoffs now.
Yeah, for sure. We were kind of discussing that through your guys' 2 matches. Is this team since they come through YBC all together and all that stuff, they're kind of built for this pro league. They've known each other for so long. They have good chemistry already. Yeah, obviously a strong showing this season for sure. And now, like you said, off to playoffs.
Yeah, it's interesting watching, the relationships from when they were much younger. I keep calling them kids, but they're not anymore. But from the time that they were young kids, I've known Evan since he was about 5 years old, bowling against Brad, and how their relationships have changed and their interactions, and how many years later their bonds get stronger and better every time, right? And that helps with the bowling for sure.
Oh, we can't hear you, Carrie.
Sorry. We'll move on to T-Bay here. Taylor, obviously probably not the season that you guys wanted, and probably not the season you wanted yourself, as you yanked yourself out of that position to give John some balls in that match. Can you wrap up how your season went?
The season overall was pretty dog shit, just in general. But it's a new format. We rotated between a couple of houses. Like our scoring here in Thunder Bay itself isn't super great, but then when you get real plowy, a not great scoring house plus a bunch of plows it's never going to go your way. However, we did solidify our 1 point today, so I'm feeling pretty good. I'm going to message Al a little later on here and rub it in his face a bit, but I think with the team that we had moving on to next year, we got a little bit of practice with this style of format with the virtual stuff. So I think we'll have some good basis for the following years.
Yeah. Obviously, going through the season and stuff like that at the start, everybody was thinking you were going to be one of the toughest teams to beat and everything like that. And obviously, you didn't. But I'm sure this team has lots coming down the pipeline. I would not worry about one bad season. Yeah, maybe we can get you on for some commentary for playoffs, maybe.
Oh yes, please.
Perfect.
Gonna have to put maybe an adult-rated warning on that one, but we'll figure it out.
That's okay. Mitch launches F-bombs, so it's all good.
Perfect.
Awesome. Well, we'll let you both managers go. Congrats on the regular season. Special congrats to Next Gen moving on to playoffs. So we'll talk to you guys later.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
See you.
Awesome. Okay, so let's bring up our standings, our official standings. So with all games in, we have Toppler Roses taking down the Rusted Petal division. They are the number 1 team overall for them, so they'll have the bye into the second round of playoffs. Next Gen and the Bombers will have the first match.
Yeah. Gotta play the kids.
That'll be a good one.
Yeah.
A little bit of definitely some rivalry there with them being from Edmonton, Sherwood Park. They all know each other, so that'll be entertaining.
So we have
the old boys and the young kids.
Yeah.
We have a spelling error, but it is on May 1st at 9 in the morning, Mountain Daylight Time, or Daylight Savings Time, whatever you want to call it. Next Gen versus the BBG Bombers, and it is it's a 1-game match. So
and then the second one is 2-game.
That's correct. 2-game total points. And then for the Cargill division, we have Paradise Marvel taking down that division by half a point over the Dream Crushers, and Heartland Kingpins being the 3rd team into playoffs. So Dream Crushers playing the Heartland Kingpins. That'll be April 10th. 1-game match, moving on to play Paradise in the same show for a 2-game total points match there as well.
Evan in the comments saying we should come to Bonnie Doon to play. No, they should come to Sherwood Park to play us.
Yeah. So I guess you guys were talking a lot about the MVP stuff throughout the match or shows today. Yeah, we'll get that out to the league, and maybe we'll even send out a fan vote as well and see who they vote for MVP for male and female throughout the season.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see a fan perspective on that.
Yeah, for sure. We'll do a combination. We'll figure something out.
Oh, he says they're the home team, I guess.
You guys are stuck in your home centers. Tough luck. Yeah. So I guess your guys' final thoughts on the regular season?
I'm just happy that it wasn't like an absolute blowout one way or another. Like I know Dream Crushers were crushing everybody's dreams and then kind of got some of their own medicine.
Yeah.
But it was just nice to see that it was competitive the whole way through and you didn't have like a couple teams just like run away and then a bunch of nothing matches. Like every single one had implications, which is nice. You know, there's a lot of parity in the league and I think the playoffs will be really good.
Yeah, I would have to say the same. I want everybody to do well. I want everybody to enjoy the experience. Not everybody can win. So yeah, it was quite competitive. Some teams surprised me. Some teams didn't. I think a lot of people realize that they can compete in this, even though you're from a small town. And some of these players I've never heard of and whatever. I like the format. It gives those people a chance to show that they actually have some game, and it's people are doing well, and I've really enjoyed these experiences. I've had a blast. Like this has been the funnest thing for bowling for me in a long time. Yeah, I've just been having a blast, and I want it to continue. I want it to grow. I want it to be the first choice for everybody down the road. I wanted this to be the thing. I want. Sorry, I got Pro League. I can't do that. I want everybody to embrace this, and I think I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's every sport kind of has their pro side of stuff, right? Like you have hockey, so you have the NHL, basketball, NBA, right? Bowling was kind of missing that. You had the national events and stuff like that, and usually you didn't hear, oh, who won nationals? Usually you heard that at the start of league the very next year when you went to go play league. Oh, hey, they won nationals? That's awesome. It's gotten a lot better lately with social media and people being involved with it and being more readily accessed, but you never had that pro side of things, and I think hopefully this league is that substitution for it. And yeah, you don't have the travel because let's face it, nobody's making a living off this. Nobody's gonna ever be a true professional in 5-pin bowling, but hopefully this is a good enough substitute and it gets better.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. I've said it from the beginning. How do you progress your sport if the kids or even younger adults don't have anything to look up to, don't have a professional thing to look up to? You can't. Hockey, baseball, any sport would be nothing without the professional part of it. They wouldn't be anything because nobody would keep playing it. Nobody would want to get better. Nobody would want to keep embracing the sport, and it's a big thing for the sport. I truly believe that.
Yeah, I agree. It's just like one more thing, like post YBC that kids like have an option for to like shoot for, and just something to look forward to.
Yeah.
I totally agree, and it seems like it's gaining traction. Like we have viewers every week watching, lots of people watch it in post production as well. So, yeah, not much else can be said that way, and hopefully everybody else has the same feelings behind it, and it will continue to get better. Production will get better. Obviously, with next season, we're gonna make substantial jumps in probably better internet for production value and stuff like that, and hopefully better cameras for the teams to provide us with better input as well, right? So
Yep. Yeah, thanks for everybody embracing the league, dealing with the ups and downs and the scheduling challenges and the player challenges, and life comes up and coaching and other bowling aspects. It's really hard to do. So I appreciate pretty much everybody's been accommodating and making it work. And my only fear was like, we can't have forfeit matches and matches like stuff like that. And we made it work for our challenges this year, and we'll work on it for next year. But yeah, I think it was awesome.
Yeah, you guys did an awesome job for, just kind of theory crafting this and making it come real. It's gone really well.
Yeah.
Especially for first year. It's only going to get better.
Yeah, I hope so. So if anybody has any input they want to give us now that the regular season is over, we are open to any suggestions. If people have maybe some tech ideas that we haven't figured out and stuff like that, you can contact us on social media. I'm always available, especially on Facebook Messenger, to answer questions. But if not, you can send an email to carrie@5pinuniverse.ca. And yeah, happy to listen and figure stuff out for next season. But yeah, playoffs coming up. We'll go over the playoff schedule really quick here, and then we'll end the show. So once again, next week, Cargill Division in playoffs, Dream Crushers versus the Kingpins. Dream Crushers have the home field advantage, only meaning they get to post their lineup after the Kingpins post theirs. And then the winner of that moves on to play Paradise Marvel in a 2-game total points match. And that will declare the division championship for Cargill. And then they'll move on to face the division championship of the rest of Petal Division, which once again will be on May 1st. Next Gen versus BPG Bombers. Next Gen with the home field advantage. And then the winner of that will play Toppler Roses. Yeah. I think that's all I got for the show. You guys have anything you want to last put in, your last 2 cents?
No, I'm good. I'm just looking forward to playoffs now.
Bring a suggestion box to Red Deer so it can be anonymous.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
then read them live.
Sounds good.
Probably
All right,
make
guys.
that one R-rated as well.
Yeah. Thank you very much for doing commentary with me again today. We'll see you all out on the lanes.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Thanks, sir.
See ya.